The day-night doubleheader started with an amazing comeback. From an 0-4 deficit, the Birds, a late-inning rally, and a 7-5 win. The nightcap, it was all about Earl. After a beautiful on-field ceremony before the game, the Orioles honored him on the field by securing their lead with Earl's favorite offensive play, a 3-run homer. And at the end of the day, Baltimore swept the doubleheader and officially said goodbye to a beloved skipper. A great day for baseball in Baltimore Saturday. It's the Orioles on Masson on a Sunday afternoon in the yard, and lots of kids on hand. Little League Day today. They paraded around the field prior to the start of our ball game. The Orioles going after the sweep against the Dodgers. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and welcome. And for the Orioles, it could be a splendid weekend of baseball if they can come away with the sweep here and put together another win. Dodgers right now have lost 6 ball games in a row. The Orioles have won 3, and the Orioles hope to keep those numbers going exactly in that direction. One of the reasons they got the doubleheader win was one of the best at-bats that you're going to see this season. In the second game, in the 5th inning, it was Nate McLouth at the plate. And watch what he does in this at-bat against Beckett. These are tough pitches. There are going to be 10 of them. He refused to bite on anything that wasn't in the strike zone. And when it was, he fouled off the best that he was seeing. One of the reasons why McLouth is up at the top of the Orioles in number of pitches seen per plate appearance. And in the end, by the time Beckett got to the 10th pitch, there just wasn't anything left to throw. And he would be on base. Not only did he get on with the walk in that 5th inning, he would follow it up, adding a little salt to that injury with a stolen base, a throwing error. He ended up at 3rd. That would be followed by Manny Machado, who would deliver an RBI double, and Nate McLouth would come home. That would be followed in the same inning by Adam Jones delivering a double. How much of that at-bat by McLouth had to do with the 2 doubles that were put up in the inning and the Orioles getting the runs? That was just a sensational effort by McLouth that changes the whole perspective of an inning in a ball game.
It sure did. I'll tell you what, Nate McLouth came into spring training this year with more focus than I've seen an Oriole player. Every at-bat in batting practice, he was locked in. He wasn't chasing balls out of the strike zone, so he had a great plan up there, and we're seeing that this year, and that at-bat is indicative of the work he has put in this year. Got the team going, great stolen base. He'd been watching Beckett the whole game, able to get a quick jump out there and then advance on that error, and Manny Machado has been coming through all year here. You see that extension out in front of the plate, picked up a big RBI, and Adam Jones, who has been the leader of this team first couple weeks of the season, came through again big. And the Orioles, as a result, get the doubleheader sweep, which, as we told you before the game, is not that unusual. About 50% of doubleheaders in the majors over the last 5 years have ended up in a sweep. The Orioles able to get it done. Now, let's talk about the sweep of the series against the Dodgers. The Orioles last year, you see the numbers in the series, winning 30 of them. They had 10 sweeps. That was the second most in the American League. They swept the Jays twice, the Mariners twice, the Red Sox twice, Royals, Pirates, Jays, and Twins one each. This season, they are 4-2 in the 6 series played, but they look for that 3-game sweep. Boy, you love to get those in order to pile up some W's. Boy, you sure do. They're playing great in the series this year, and to have the opportunity now to sweep the Dodgers would be great. They created some momentum with that big extra inning win Thursday night against Tampa Bay, carried it into this series. Great to win both games of a doubleheader, and obviously put themselves in a super position here. They needed to get on a roll like this, help everybody build their confidence in the early going. And for Jake Arrieta, he will try and go a little deeper into the ball game. We say that every time an Orioles starter goes out, but Arrieta's one of those the Orioles really feel can get them deeper in the ball game than he's gone so far this season. Yeah, well, Jake's had a problem with some command issues, to say the least. 11 walks on the year. His last start, he did pick up that win, but 5 walks in that ball game. So being a little bit more pitch efficient and trust his stuff, because all 4 of his pitches are quality pitches. He's just got to attack that zone a little bit more and trust that he can pitch to contact a little bit better. Especially the fastball, Mike, because as we'll show you during the game, I mean, that has become a really dominant pitch for him. It really has. Now, he's got a cut fastball as well, but a 2-seamer that he likes to run back over the edges of the plate. Great pitch, and he's throwing in the mid-90s. Very powerful and effective pitch for Jake Arrieta.
How were you as a player when it was announced on the morning of a ball game that the opposing team's pitcher was going to go in the DL and you were going to see somebody called up? In this case, Stephen Fife is his name, that you'd probably never heard of before.
Right. It's tough because you haven't seen video of him. You're a little bit unprepared, and a lot of this ball game is about preparation. So
all right,
make your adjustments.
We're going to have a special moment of silence coming up here. A lot of Maryland residents who have suffered overseas for the United States. We go to our PA announcer, Ryan Wagner.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and that gentlemen remove your hats as we welcome the Delaware Military Academy Color Guard, who will present the colors for this afternoon's game. Earlier today, we recognized 3 fallen heroes from Maryland. United States Army Captain Sarah Knutson Cullen, United States Navy Lieutenant Junior Grade Valerie Capillare Delaney, and United States Marine Lance Corporal William Taylor Wild IV. In honor of their bravery and in memory of them and all of the members of our armed forces who have perished while defending our country, we ask that you join us in observing a reflective moment of silence. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as we welcome with his rendition.
Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. And by Hyundai's Let's Go sales event through April 30. A sunny but chilly day here in Baltimore. Take a look at our train game time temperature. Only 56 degrees. It's actually cooler for this day game than it was for the night game last night. Train is celebrating its 100th anniversary by offering irresistible financing. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. And for the Dodgers, here's their starting lineup. Crawford, Ellis, and Gonzalez. Kemp, Ethier, and Hairston. A.J. Ellis will be behind the plate. Schumacher and Sellers. Andre Ethier this year. A couple homers, 6 RBIs.
Let's take a look at this afternoon's scouting report for Jake Arrieta. Keep rolling. Jake picked up his first win in his last start. Of course, the team on a roll for themselves. 3 in a row. take advantage of that offense. They're swinging it right now. Consistent command is the key for Jake Arrieta. He has problems sometimes falling behind hitters, throwing too many pitches. In his last start, 5 walks. So no free passes. Pound that zone and stay aggressive, and he will have success. Here's the look at Jake Arrieta this season. 3 starts, that 1-0 record, 5.40 earned run average, 14 strikeouts. So certainly a power pitcher, but the 11 base on balls really jacks up that pitch count.
And it shows when compared to last season. Arrieta in the pitches thrown per innings pitched last year was 17.1. This year it's up to 18.3. That is a substantial increase for a pitcher, and obviously limits how far you end up going in a ball game. So we'll see if he can right that a little bit in this one. But Showalter's team 10-7. They are 2.5 games behind the red-hot Boston Red Sox, who have won 7 in a row. Don Mattingly's Dodgers have lost 6 in a row. They are 7-10 coming into this ball game. Really struggling, especially offensively. The Dodgers find themselves 6 games out of first place. We're ready to go. Here's Crawford. And on this Sunday afternoon, Arrieta gets it in for a strike, and we are underway. In the series, you see the 1 for 7 overall, a big 349 for Carl Crawford. He's gone 4 for 7 with a home run off Arrieta lifetime. He will foul tip that one into the mitt, and an 0-2 count.
Great velocity here in the early going, 94 miles an hour, and nice action too. That two-seamer's got some late movement in the zone right now, so good sign for Jake.
First time out against the Dodgers for Arrieta. 0-2 delivery to Crawford, and he swings and he's gone. Now that's efficient.
That's how you do it, Jake Arrieta. Power fastball, 3 pitches, and this one just induces that chase by Crawford. Right at the top of the zone, just off the plate. Great pitch, great way to start the game.
And here is Mark Ellis. Ellis 2 for 3 with an RBI in the series. Back into play at second base. He's had 2 starts in this 3-game set. Arrieta throwing all strikes here. 316 on the year for Ellis. A couple of walks. He's had 2 doubles. 0-1 delivery to him, and that'll be outside. For Jake Arrieta here in this ballpark at home, 2 starts, 1-0 this year with a 5.4 ERA. He went 2-5 with an ERA over 6.5 last year here at Camden Yards. That's in there for a strike. And Ellis quickly behind 1-2. Well, when you got an offense that's not doing much, as is the case for the Dodgers, coming right at him's a good idea.
It sure is.
Get him out of there.
Yeah, stay aggressive in the zone.
1-2 delivery will be up high, and a 2-ball 2-strike count. Well, the starts for Arrieta this year against Minnesota, non-decision. Same was true against Boston. He went 5 innings in all 3 starts. In the last one, got the victory over Tampa, only a run on 3 hits against the Rays. That one fouled away to hold it.
We'll take a look at the Orioles defense this afternoon. Gold Glove outfield, McLeod, Jones, and Markakis. Hardy and Flaherty up the middle. Machado and Davis once again on the corners, and Matt Wieters back behind the dish.
Orioles ranked 6th in the American League in defense fielding percentage. They have committed 7 errors on the season, and one diving down. Somehow he gets a bat on that and fouls it back in a 2-ball 2-strike count on Ellis. Ellis a tough out at the plate. He's got good command of the strike zone. More pitches per plate appearance than any other Dodger, and he's ranked 8th in the National League in that regard. 2-2 delivery to him, and he got him. 2 strikeouts.
Wow, that is a nasty pitch right there. A little cut fastball, maybe slider, but 91 miles an hour down and away. Great pitch by Jake Arrieta. Take a look at Jake. Fastball velocity and whiff percentage by start. See his first start 93.6 with a low whiff percentage, but he's increasingly gotten better, and that whiff percentage is on the rise as well. So as Jake's arm keeps getting stronger, the whiff percentage goes up, and he's going to have more confidence in that fastball.
Here is Gonzalez, and he will take that for a strike. Gonzalez, their best hitter in the lineup, held to a 1 for 7 and 1 RBI in the series in the doubleheader. Still on the year, hitting at .377. 2 homers, 4 doubles for extra base hits. And the pitch will be taken inside for a ball. And you can see the numbers against Arrieta, 5 for 11. He has always been tough against the Orioles. A .376 batting average against the Orioles with 2 home runs. 1 ball, 1 strike delivery to him, and that will be fouled back. Gonzalez came in to the series with the best all-time average against the Orioles, but with the 1 for 7 that he put up in the ball game yesterday, he has dropped all the way down to 3rd.
Don't wake him up, Harry, right?
An all-time best average. Here's the 1-2 delivery on the way, and a ground ball towards second base. Flaherty is there. Slow roller got him, and a real good start. Arrieta sets the side down in order. We'll talk about the substitute emergency pitcher for the Dodgers when we come back. The end of last September, they look for another one. Here's the starting lineup for the O's, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. McLouth, Machado, and Markakis, Jones, Davis, and Wieters, Hardy, Flaherty, and Reimold. Nick Markakis, 438 now here at Camden Yards.
Take a look at the scouting report for Stephen Fife. Spot start success. He made 5 appearances last year for the Dodgers and had a 2.70 earned run average. Trying to make his way and establish himself in the big leagues. He has a 4-pitch mix. Fastball, curveball, slider change, and he'll throw them at any time. Curveball probably is outpitched. A little bit of deception to his delivery as well. Kind of a jab step before he pitches, so it might create a little disturbance to the Orioles hitters today. We'll find out.
Nate McLouth at the plate, leading it off for the Orioles. The 2 for 3 in the series, and a taken for a strike. Fife called up today as Chad Billingsley placed on the 15-day DL with right elbow problems, and that's serious because it was the same problem that put him on the DL at the end of last year. Now the question is Billingsley going to have surgery? And the Dodgers are dealing with that issue right now. So in the meantime, Billingsley scratched. Fife called up from AAA, and see what he can do here in this one as the rotation all of a sudden in need of help. That's going to be blooped to short and a base hit. And McLouth is on. Crawford will pick it up. Leadoff single for the Orioles.
Let's take a look at this delivery from Fife. Has a little, like a rock, moves both feet actually before he delivers that baseball. That long arm swing in the back, then tries to get on top. Nate McLouth getting a pitch in the middle of the plate, right off the label though, able to find a hole out over Sellers' head at shortstop.
So the Orioles kick it off with a single, and Manny Machado coming up. Machado in that big series, 3 for 8 with a homer and 4 RBIs. And he shows bunt. It goes all the way to the backstop. Well, Ellis never even got close to that. So it'll be a wild pitch called on Fife, moving McLouth down, and that will take the bunt off. By Manny Machado, the darling of Camden, as he continues to just do everything right, getting that home run, 3 RBI shot in the second half of the doubleheader against Josh Beckett. And the doubleheader numbers: 3 for 8, 4 RBIs, 2 runs, 3 hits. That's a whole week's worth of work.
Great series for Manny.
Now the runner in scoring position for him, and he'll take it inside for a ball. Ellis, of course, has not caught Fife, and he's got to adjust too and get used to the movement of the ball from the pitcher. So he'll have a couple of struggles probably here today. 2-0 count. And Machado will foul it away.
Well, you can tell Fife has some arm side run, probably much more effective down in the zone. I'm assuming he is quite a ground ball pitcher. We can execute there at the knees, let that ball move.
Machado hitting .389 with runners in scoring position this year, including a couple of home runs among the 7 hits he's had in these situations. 2-1 delivery by Fife, and the breaking ball locked him up. It is in there, and it's 2-2.
Well, that's his MO, kind of mixing up pitches throughout an at bat. That big curve ball right there, he likes to spike it with 2 strikes. Got to get a swing and a miss. Might be tough with Nate McLouth out at second base, though.
Fife with the high set. 26-year-old right-hander. Give him this way up high, and the count will go to 3-2. Fife was pitching AAA ball. 3 starts, 1-1, 4.61 ERA at AAA this year. He had 14 strikeouts in 13 2/3 innings worked. 3-2 delivery on the way, and Machado holds up on it. Did he go? Yes. So he is punched out by Jerry Meals at first base.
Take a look at Manny's check swing, a little cutter down and away. Boy, it looks like he held up. Close call. Didn't go in Manny's favor this time.
So Fife gets a strikeout. McLouth remains on at second. The Orioles here in this series, which of course was the doubleheader yesterday. Orioles 5 for 11 with runners in scoring position. They left 11 on base in the doubleheader. Dodgers were only 2 for 10, and they left 16 on base. Nick Markakis, the off-speed pitch is up high. Nick now right at 300 for his batting average on the season. And 267 with runners in scoring position for the Oriole right fielder. Sellers holding the runner close, 1-0. That will be up high and a 2-0 count.
Well, Fife having a hard time commanding his fastball here in the early going. Trying to settle into this ball game.
Fife 0-2 with the Dodgers in the games he started last year. Opponents at .255 against him last season. Left-handers .224, right-handers .286. 2-0 delivery down the line the other way, and a 2-1 count.
Let's take a look at the Dodgers defense this afternoon. Carl Crawford over in left field, Kemp in center, Ethier in right field, Sellers and Mark Ellis up the middle. Jerry Hairston Jr., super utility man for the Dodgers, slides over to third base today. Gonzalez at first, and A.J. Ellis doing the catching.
2-1 strikeout on Markakis. The Dodger defense is ranked 9th right now in the National League. 11 errors, 7 unearned runs allowed. Dodgers have had problems in about every area except pitching. But now with Billingsley down, they're going to have to regroup in that regard. They thought they had 8 starters coming out of the spring, and all of a sudden they're having to dip down already. That's how quickly that's happened. 3-1 pitch, breaking ball, and a good one. Off-speed pitch, 3-2.
Yeah, big breaking ball and a hitter's count. Catching Markakis off guard, and the Orioles hitters are going to have to make notes of this as the game goes on. That was a good look at it right there. Sometimes pitchers pitch backwards, and it seems like that's what Fife's trying to do.
One away, McLouth, big lead at second. 3-2 delivery. Markakis right up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Kemp will pick it up. McLouth will score, and the Orioles have a 1-0 lead.
Well, Nick Markakis making him pay for that wild pitch. Just takes it right back up through the box, finds his hole, scoring Nate McLouth easily. Nice approach with 2 strikes for Nick Markakis.
6 RBIs for Markakis on the season, and Nick has now hit in 15 of the Orioles' 18 games, and 6 of the 9 they've played at home. And the Orioles are on top, and here's Adam Jones. Happy to be out of the DH role and back in center field. Jones a 1 for 7 with an RBI in the doubleheader and DH'd in game 2, and we'll foul that one the other way. Adam, in his usual jovial way, talked about being a DH. We'll show it to you. I'm bored. I don't know what to do. I understand it, to give my legs a rest, but I'm bothering Showalter, all the coaches. It's boring. The good thing is we have depth, so we all have a day off and DH. Adam Jones on being a DH. I'm bored. And hit him. Got him in the back. And Fife off to a rocky start.
Yeah, here in the early going, some command issues with that fastball, losing an arm side. Of course, the wild pitch to allow McLouth getting the scoring position. And this one, once again, taking off up and in. Catches Adam Jones high up by the shoulder, or in that tricep area.
Though Jones down to first base, McLouth remains at second. 3 of the 4 hitters up have been on for the Orioles. McLouth has already scored. Markakis goes to second here. Jones at first. And that'll bring up Chris Davis. No chance for the Orioles to jump out here in the first inning. Already up 1-0. And Davis will take it up high for a ball. Take a look at our Jeep Inside the Numbers for Chris.
Yeah, through 17 games. Look at this. 379 batting average compared to 283 last year. 7 home runs, 21 RBIs. Huge number. And that slugging percentage through the roof. .845.
1-0 count on him. And our Jeep Inside the Numbers. Jeep in the unique brand of freedom you'll find only in the full line of Jeep vehicles. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. Big number with runners in scoring position for the Orioles, and he's got one out there. And now a little trip to the mound just to try and settle Fife down. The emergency starter in this game, Rick Honeycutt, the pitching coach for the Dodgers, out to have a word here and try and not let this get out of hand early.
Yeah, well, Fife had opportunities last year. I mentioned the 5-spot start, so he's not unfamiliar with these situations, and then Rick Honeycutt's just out there to settle him down a little bit, catch his breath. First one of the year, getting this call up with the injury. So, just getting him to settle down. Rick Honeycutt obviously is familiar with him from last year and through spring training.
He was at spring training, so the Dodgers know him. 2-0 count. Chris Davis, hitter's count right here. Shift on, but not the big one to keep the shortstop on the shortstop side. And now we go down the line the other way and foul, and a 2-1 count. He, of course, has been one of the big stories in Major League Baseball. Davis now on top in the home run department as he got number 7 in the ball game yesterday. The 3rd longest home run by an Oriole here at Camden Yards. And there wasn't much question. That ball was out. It was only a question of how far, as he rocked it. 2-ball, 1-strike count. The 11th overall longest home run in the history of the ballpark. That is foul outside of first base, and we'll even the count up 2 balls and 2 strikes. Davis had a 4 for 8 in the doubleheader. 4 runs, 2 doubles. The American League leading 7th home run, as we told you, and picked up an RBI. He's now Chris's 5th in average, 1st in homers, 1st in RBIs, and 7th in average against right-handers in the American League. That ball to right field is going to fall in for a base hit. Markakis will stop at third. He had to wait. Throw comes all the way through, and the Orioles have loaded him up.
Oh, another good at bat by Chris Davis. A breaking ball here from Fife. Davis staying on it, though, at the bottom of the zone, right into that bat path. Look at that great hit position. Nick Markakis has to freeze. It's a line drive just in front of Ethier. There's the bases loaded for Matt Wieters.
Wieters already, of course, with the walk-off grand slam that he had here in this homestand. Now the bases are loaded again for him, only one down. He's got a 5-game hit streak coming into the ball game, and he will take the strike from Fife. The Dodgers hoping for a ground ball here, as the Orioles have Markakis at third, a single, Jones a hit batter at second, and Davis the single at first. Here's the 0-1 delivery. That's going to bounce, stopped by Ellis. Markakis cannot advance. Orioles trying to add to the Dodger woes here in this final game of the 3-game set. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Wieters. Popped it up, third base side. It'll be over the Dodger dugout, not a play. Wieters 286 with runners in scoring position. He's gone 4 for 14, and 2 of those 4 hits have been home runs for the Orioles catcher. With the Orioles getting the 6-1 win in the second game of the doubleheader, Matt did not start, got a full day's rest, which Buck Showalter loves to do. It doesn't happen very often, but didn't have to bring him into the ball game.
Of course, the last time Matt Wieters was up with the bases loaded, a walk-off grand slam for him, so feeling good about this situation here.
Wieters hitting .304 at home this year, and that one almost gets away. And Fife really struggling here in the emergency start. He is all over the place. Ellis has gone down to block pitches and to reach up to get him. And for Mattingly, he's had to go into that bullpen with a doubleheader yesterday, already thinking about what if. 2 ball, 2 strike delivery on the way, and that will be taken up high, and the count goes to 3-2. Here's the slam.
Yeah, here it is. Matt Wieters, bases loaded, 10th inning. And a celebratory bat flip, helmet toss on the end. That's a walk-off grand slam for you, and they were excited, and that kind of catapulted them into yesterday's sweep of the doubleheader.
3-2, and he got him. Foul tipped into the mitt. Fife with a big strikeout, his second of the inning. 2 down.
A little over anxious here up at the top of the zone. Fife came back with that about the same pitch that was called a ball the pitch before.
Taking a look at our Nissan Pitch Track, your best choice for a new car, Nissan, and Nissan's Best Choice sales event. Choose from their best lineup ever of fuel-efficient vehicles. Go to Nissan.com. Offer ends April 30. Here's Hardy. That'll be inside to him. If Fife gets out of this, surrendering only 1 run in the inning, it'll be a major miracle for him. Hardy, a 1 for 6 home run, 3 RBIs in the doubleheader yesterday. JJ's 1 for 12 with runners in scoring position on the year. 1-0 delivery to him. That's there for a strike. And if Fife can do that, obviously it would be a major mental lift for him and the Dodgers to be able to get through an inning where it looked like a blowout might occur, and it still might.
Yeah, one thing you try to avoid when you're in a team that's scuffling is the here we go again syndrome.
And Hardy's going to put it in for a base hit. That will score Markakis. That will score Jones. Hardy's going into second base as the throw went to nobody, and he's going to get there. Hardy with 2 RBIs. The Orioles take a 3-0 lead as Ethier's throw just kind of lobbed over the cutoff man and bounced to Gonzalez. It wasn't going anywhere in particular.
A great swing from J.J. Hardy. I mean, Fife kind of all over the place, so it's tough to really pick a zone. But here, this pitch on the outer part of the plate, even off the plate, he stays on it and drives it to right field, picking up a couple RBIs. And there's just the careless throw, and J.J. Hardy able to get into second base, put himself in a scoring position.
I believe the Dodgers are going to be charged with an error on that. We'll wait and see. Runners on at second and third now, as Hardy will pick up the 2 RBIs. JJ's got 12 on the season. The Orioles 3 runs, 4 hits first inning. Ryan Flaherty's the 8th man to hit for the Orioles. And the breaking ball is in there for a strike. And it goes to 1-1. There you see the numbers. Flaherty in and out of the lineup in the doubleheader yesterday. And he'll put that one in the air to left field. Crawford. He's got it, and that will retire the side, but the Orioles get 3 runs, 4 hits, leave a couple on base, and take the early 3-0 lead. We'll get your second room of flooring free. 877-241-LUNA. No error charged in the first inning. Just moved up to second on the throw. On our Twitter chatter board, it's from ESPN's Buster Olney. You watch Jake Arrieta dominate hitters the way he did in the first inning against the Dodgers. You understand why O's think he is capable of more. Correctamundo.
Yeah, sure is. I mean, the last couple years, Jake Arrieta's had great opportunities in the big leagues, and you have seen dominant stuff. He's had great starts. It's just a matter of staying consistent with that. All of his pitches are so good. Plus. Just commanding the zone is the key, and he did that in the first inning.
Kemp, Ethier, and Hairston will be due up for the Dodgers. Matt Kemp with a 3-for-8 in the doubleheader, hitting just .206 on the season. Arrieta will miss outside to him for a ball. Kemp now with 4 doubles, looking for his first long ball. Has picked up 5 RBIs this season. They've got to get his bat going if this lineup is going to do well. Good pitch, had him leaning away, and 1-1.
That's a good sign. I'll tell you what, if Jake Arrieta can get his secondary pitches over for strikes and keep hitters off balance, you know they're gearing up to try to catch up to that 96, 97 mile an hour fastball. And that will definitely keep them on their heels.
Kemp, 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield playing him a bit towards right. 1-1. And the fastball will miss up high. So Kemp will get ahead on the count. So far, with that .206 batting average this month, it is the lowest batting average in a month since 2006 for him, when he hit 143. Ball is fouled away. And that's the year that he was a rookie in his first month in the majors. So that's how far down the numbers have come for him at the start of this season. It is, however, the 21st, and time to make up in a hurry if he can string together some hits with only 63 at bats so far. Arrieta ahead of him, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And he'll take that one in the air to center. Jones. Not too late to start enjoying Major League savings over the cost of single game tickets by becoming an Orioles partial season plan holder. VIP orange carpet benefits. You get exclusive access to events, early access to the yard for games. Skip the ticket lanes and upgrade to summer. All you got to do is check in on a wide variety of plans at 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com/season. One away is Andre Ethier. And the pitch is up high for a ball. Ethier 1 for 7, a homer, 3 RBIs in the doubleheader yesterday.
And that big home run in the first game to get the Dodgers on the board.
Shatters the bat, pops it up, third base. Battling the sun, Manny Machado takes it. 2 down.
Well, that's a sign of Jake Arrieta's movement right there. That bat laying on the infield grass. His 2-seam fastball, such high velocity in the mid-90s, and that late movement. You're going to see that exploding bat trick a lot more times than not.
And that will bring up Jerry Hairston Jr. Hairston with a 3-game hit streak, had a 2 for 4 in the doubleheader yesterday. And he will take that for a strike. Of course, his affiliation with the Orioles goes all the way back to the start of his career. Selected in the 11th round in '97 by the Orioles was Hairston, and got in some games, number of them at the major league level with the Orioles. Second base, Flaherty is there. Records the out, 6 in a row. Set down by Arrieta. The Orioles have the early lead over the Dodgers. of the game is Catherine Majetic of Centerville, Maryland. Catherine, you've already won $500 by being selected. You get $100 more for every Orioles hit during the game and an extra $500 for any Orioles home run in the 5th inning. For your chance to be the Maryland Lottery Hit It Big contestant of the game, play 5-card cash. Go to mdlottery.com/Orioles to enter. Feels like a fall day, not a spring day here in Baltimore. It's beautiful. Sun shining, blue skies, but it is really cool. Little breeze blowing in from center for the ball game here in this Sunday afternoon. Great to have you with us. And always remember, it is never too cold for ice cream. Here is Nolan Reimold. He's the designated hitter, batting 9th. And the breaking ball in for a strike from Fife. The Orioles sent 8 to the plate in the first inning.
Yeah, and Fife pitch count up to 35.
That's in there for a strike. The 2 for 4, the homer, the 3 RBIs coming in the ball game yesterday. And Reimold on a breaking ball. Did he go? Nope. Nolan Reimold trying to find his place back in the lineup, either in left field or as a DH. 3 home runs in the last 6.
Yeah, he's been swinging the bat so well. Obviously, that home run there, huge hit on the right field line yesterday as well.
Here's the 1-2 delivery from Fife, and the breaking ball will miss down low. Reimold to start the season. A couple of home runs here at Camden Yards, 1 on the road. 208 at home, 250 on the road, but limited at bats. And that will just miss, and a full count, 3-2. Fife, Little League World Series participant back in 1999. And a ground ball towards the hole, knocked down. Nice play. Hairston will get the out. On away here in the 2nd inning. On Tuesday, the Orioles take on the Blue Jays, 7:05. It's Ollie's Bargain Night, presented by Ollie's Bargain Outlet. Every Tuesday home game, all upper reserve seats, just $9 in advance. Enjoy a great night out, family and friends here at the Yard. For tickets, 888-848-BIRD. Or go to Orioles.com. Chris Tillman against J.A. Happ in the opener tomorrow night. Tuesday night, Miguel Gonzalez, and the Orioles see the knuckleballer R.A. Dickey. And the Orioles will make a decision later on who's going to start the ball game Wednesday afternoon, a 12:30 game. Brandon Morrow is slated to go for the Jays. Nate McLouth, a single and a run scored. And McLouth takes it 1-1. Top of the Orioles lineup, game 2 yesterday. Nate McLouth, Manny Machado combined for 5 for 7. A walk, 4 runs, and 4 RBIs. Not a bad day, sports fans. It was interesting because the games are different in that regard. Comebacker to Fife. In the first game of the doubleheader, it was the bottom part of the order that supplied the home runs, the hits, and the runs. And then the second game of the doubleheader went to the top part of the order.
Well, it's nice. Obviously, you'd like to have 1 through 9 clicking. But, hey, we had talked at the beginning of the year when Adam Jones and Chris Davis, will they continue to be hot? You know, every week it's going to be a couple different guys that are going to keep this Orioles offense ignited and keep them producing some runs.
And Manny Machado will take the pitch up high. Machado, strikeout victim, his first time up. Fife with 2 down, nobody on. And Machado will take the strike on the inside corner. Grandson's coming, playing Little League. Where's number 13? So on Tuesday, who does he want to meet? Manny Machado.
Yeah. Everybody wants to meet Manny.
That's true.
He is a fan favorite.
1-2 delivery on the way. That'll be fouled off outside of third. Count will remain at a ball and 2 strikes on Machado. Chado's had multi-hit games, 2 of the last 3. He had a 3 for 4, game 2 of the doubleheader, and then on Thursday a 2 for 5 against Tampa Bay. We're consistently putting up offensive numbers here game after game. 264, the 11 RBIs.
Well, it's nice to see because he was put in the number 2 spot, this year, and you wonder how he was going to handle that. It's some added pressure on a young player. First of all, just being able to play defense at the major league level, but then to be put in the top of a real powerhouse, Orioles offense, and he's been a main contributor.
3-2 and a strikeout. Fife has already thrown 51 pitches, but he does get through the second inning, retiring the Orioles 1-2-3. Your local BMW Center by Ocean City, Maryland. Visit Ocean City, Maryland Springfest May 2 through 5. Find out more at OCOcean.com. And by Just for Men. Just for Men Auto Stop. Foolproof. Gray is over. Gary Thorne and Mike Boarding back with you. Busy day, sunny day in downtown Baltimore. And a very special birthday wish. Lina, the mom of the Orioles skipper. Lina Showalter is 85 years old today, and he sent out wishes obviously earlier today, and we do the same. All our best from the Orioles. '85. Ellis, and a strike on the inside corner. A.J. Ellis, 4-game hit streak for the catcher for the Dodgers, 1 for 2 in this series. Arrieta, fastball, that'll miss up high. Schumacher and then Sellers, the bottom third of the order, coming up for the Dodgers. Dodgers with their season high 6-game losing streak coming into this, trying to avoid 7. Last time they dropped 7, June 2012. Two ball, 1 strike count. And that will miss a bit outside. Count goes to 3-1 on Ellis.
You know, there's a great, they just showed a picture of Don Mattingly over there in the dugout. You have a staff that has gone through a lot of big league seasons, and they've been through losing streaks themselves. They know how to handle that, and I know they're trying to keep these players upbeat, forget about yesterday, you know, move on, play for today, stay in the moment, much like what Buck Showalter talks about with his team. And you just try to, you know, go out there and play the game the best you can and see what happens. Of course, it is tough when you fall behind, especially on a day like today, you know. And I talked about just here we go again kind of thinking what could potentially happen with this team.
The walk surrendered by Arrieta. leadoff walk. One of the other numbers that has dropped down for Arrieta, the walks have gone up. Retiring leadoff batters. Through the first 3 games of this year, he retired 59% of leadoff batters in an inning. That is down from 73%, which is a real good number that he had last year. Here is Schumacher, the DH, and 0 for 4. In at third base, Manny Machado. 0 for 4 in the doubleheader, and the pitch will be up high by Arrieta. Arrieta came in with 11 walks, tied for second most in the American League. Nobody out here. Ellis on at first base. And that pitch is going to be taken up high. Fastball. 2-0.
Trying to get back in this count. He might be a little frustrated. Made some great pitches to Ellis. Just didn't get the calls. And here finds himself behind Schumacher. Gotta get back in here. Bottom of the order. Stay aggressive.
And that ball is going to be looped for a base hit into left center field. Ellis looking at the play in front of him. He's going to try for third and will get there. It's good heads up base running. And runners at first and third here in the third inning with nobody out. One lucky winner is going to receive a meet and greet with those outfielder Adam Jones. Masson's meet and greet giveaway. Just visit Facebook.com/Masson Orioles. Click on Enter Sweepstakes for your chance to meet the bubble blowing center fielder. So here's the kind of thing we've seen happen to Arrieta over and over and over again. Retired 6 in a row. Absolutely dominant. Now all of a sudden a walk and a single. Nobody out. And the Dodgers threatening. Let's see how Arrieta can handle it. The number 9 hitter, Justin Sellers, the shortstop. Started one of the ball games, had a 1 for 4. He'll take the pitch for a strike.
A little breaking ball. He's been pretty good about throwing that breaking ball first pitch for a strike. Keeps those hitters guessing and off balance.
With runners in scoring position so far this year against Arrieta, 3 for 14. Here's the 0-1 in the dirt. Wieters, nice stop.
Yeah, great block right there. I think all the Orioles pitchers obviously have great confidence in being able to throw that type of pitch down in the dirt, try to get a swing and a miss with Matt Wieters behind the plate. Great block. That ball went about a foot in front of him. Tough ball to block as well.
1 ball, 1 strikeout on Sellers. Runners off first and third. Arrieta the throw over. Schumacher back to the bag. Dodgers have struggled getting key hits, hitting only 173 with runners in scoring position. That's the second lowest average in the National League. Only the Chicago Cubs are hitting lower, 148. 1-1 delivery. Way behind on that one. 1-2.
Take a look at this pitch up in the zone. He gets away with that. You got to be careful who you throw that pitch to, but induces that swing and the miss. Good movement on it. And cutter at the top of the zone.
Sellers with a 1-2, and Arrieta gets it.
And that's how you finish a hitter off right there. Another live fastball, 94 miles an hour at the top of the strike zone. Sellers can't quite get to it, and even if he does, probably be a pop-up. See that ball right at the top of the strike zone, swinging just underneath it.
Top of the order, Carl Crawford coming up. Crawford's had the good bat and is 3 for 7 with runners in scoring position too. The infield started to cheat in a little bit on the left side, backs up. Real good speed. Crawford will take it for a ball. Strikeout victim his first time up. Arrieta has 3 Ks in the game.
Crawford, good numbers there with runners in scoring position. 429, off to a good start for the Dodgers. A speed guy too, tough guy to double up. So you make sure of one in these situations.
1-0 delivery to him. That's up high. And a 2-0 count on Crawford with Mark Ellis on deck. Crawford, a lifetime .300 hitter against the Orioles. 2-0 delivery to him. That one he tried to tee up on. 2-ball, 1-strike count, right straight back.
Yeah, aggressive 2-0. You know, hunting that fastball, and Jake puts it at the top of the zone again. Foul ball.
Gotta believe with the Dodgers, as cool as they are, the hitter's going to be a little anxious, trying to get things done.
Well, you would think so. I mean, when an offense is struggling like the Dodgers are as a team, everybody wants to be the guy to bust it open and try to get things going, and we've seen that. We've seen it with the Orioles too, just trying too hard instead of relaxing, staying within yourself, you know, and executing your game plan and not trying to, you know, hit that 6-run home run to catapult your team.
2-ball, 1-strike count. Crawford.
Yeah, that's a great pitch. 93 miles an hour, and watch this late life on this two-seam fastball. Great location as well.
Crawford thought he had that lined up.
Yeah, and it just disappeared at the end.
Arrieta, 2-ball, 2-strike count. Ellis at third base. A.J. Ellis. Schumacher on at first. 2-2 delivery taken, and a full count, 3-2. Boston playing a doubleheader, making up that game that they lost the first one of the set. One this afternoon, one tonight. Red Sox have been the hot team as they came back to win the ball game yesterday. Daniel Nava being the star with the homer. 3-2 delivery, and fouled him off to keep it alive. Red Sox have won 7 in a row. They lead the Yankees by 2 and the Orioles by 2.5. Tampa Bay is 5.5 out, and Toronto 6 in the American League East. Red Sox 7-2 at home, 8-4 on the road. Both are top marks in the American League, home and road. Again, Crawford with the 3-2, and walked him, and they're loaded. So the second walk, both coming this inning by Arrieta.
Well, Jake made some great pitches to Crawford there. Just kind of yanked that fastball at the end.
So a testing point here for Arrieta with a 3-0 lead. Only one hit, the single by Schumacher for the Dodgers. And Mark Ellis, a strikeout victim, his first time up. 4 for 9 with runners in scoring position for Ellis. Infield looks for the double play, and it'll be taken outside for a ball.
Matt Wieters out to talk to Jake. You know, Jake probably frustrated about that walk to Crawford, and kind of did the same thing mechanically on that fastball, yanking it across his body. He's trying too hard to hit that spot. Just let your instincts take over. Free and easy like the first couple innings. Tough situation though. Bases loaded.
According to our charts on the year, Arrieta only 34% of outs off ground balls. Here's the 1-0 delivery. And a 2-0 count on Ellis. Here comes a big pitch.
Yeah, it really is. You know, Ellis is going to be looking for a fastball up and out over the plate.
2-0 delivery on the way, and a strike called. Ellis didn't think so. Tim Welke's our home plate umpire. Jerry Meals, Marvin Hudson, Tim McClellan, the crew working the series. They had the 5-man crew in here. David Rackley was involved in the doubleheader games. Umpires have the 5th umpire. The home plate umpire only works 1 game in the doubleheader days. 2-ball, 1-strike count. One down. And that's a strike. That one's a good one on the outside corner. 2-2.
Yeah, it sure was. A little cutter there. Kid throws such a hard cutter, 88, 90 miles an hour at times. See him get on the side of that baseball. The velocity is incredible on this pitch. Great location as well. A nice little downward angle on the end.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And that's going to be to left field, going back and hauling it in McLeod. Tagging up is Ellis. He'll score. The other runners stay. So Ellis gets a sac fly, RBI. A.J. Ellis comes in, and it is a 3-1 ball game. So a productive out and an RBI. Well, now there are 2 down.
Yeah, you got to pitch up. It's sac fly there. Orioles pretty lucky in that situation. Nate McLeod with a great jump once again over in left field. Make that play.
Now Adrian Gonzalez. Mark Ellis picking up his 5th run batted in. Gonzalez grounded out first time up. And the pitch is taken up high for a ball. So Gonzalez now 5 for 12 with a homer, lifetime off Arrieta. We said the Oriole pitching has held him to just one hit in the series, 1 for 8. 2 on and 2 down. Foul tips it. 1-1.
Good location on that fastball. Of course, Gonzalez is a great hitter and hits pitchers' pitches a lot of the time, but you make a mistake with him and he will make you pay.
Orioles 27-year-old right-hander coming off the 3.9 year last year. 1-0 so far this season, his 4th start. And Gonzalez fouls it away, and Arrieta gets ahead 1-2.
Well, here we go. Getting ahead of one of the best hitters in the game. Now make a quality pitch, a good payoff pitch here. He's got a lot of weapons he can go to. It's a matter of executing them.
.330 career average with runners in scoring position. A real tough out. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And slides that one in. 2-2.
Man, I just don't know how some hitters take that pitch. I mean, it looks like a fastball in the inner third of the plate. Great late life at the end. Just breaks off the plate about a foot. But Gonzalez didn't even bite on it.
Up to 52 pitches thrown by Arrieta. 2-2 delivery. And that's inside. So another full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The runners will go. Schumacher, Crawford on the base pass. And Gonzalez at 3-2. Here's the 3-2 delivery. Runners go up in the air, left field. McLeod over near the line and just out of reach. Another great crowd on hand for the Sunday game. Sellout crowd last night, 45,200 plus, with a 10,000 plus walk up, an unheard of number. Day of game ticket sales. It's a great crowd came. Part of that, of course, to honor Earl Weaver and the ceremonies before the game. And the other just recognized the Orioles play. Three ball, 2 strike count. Again, the runners go. And Gonzalez goes to. No, foul ball. I take it all back. It was tipped, and Wieters, as the ball went down, unable to get a glove on it.
Yeah, I don't know how he tipped this pitch. Great location, this 2-seam fastball. Look at it moving off the plate. Just getting enough of it to stay alive.
So 3-2 again. Runners are off, and the bases are loaded. 3 walks in the inning. Bases loaded, 2 down, and Matt Kemp coming up, and Rick Adair will go to the mound. Well, we're talking about that. It's so hard to explain on Arrieta. He had the largest decrease in walks per 9 innings from 2011 to 2012. He went from 4.45 per 9 to 2.75. Largest drop in the majors. And then comes back into this season and it starts going the other way again.
Yeah. I know it's inexplicable, I guess, at times, but I'll tell you what, I know Jake's going to look back on this inning and he's going to be a little bit upset about probably some of the calls on the first batter he faced Ellis. He made some pretty good pitches and the calls didn't go in his favor, and he internalized that, unfortunately, and it's really affected him here in this 3rd inning, and he's had a hard time commanding the zone. Like you said, now 3 base on balls in the 3rd inning.
Boy, it's a big at bat. Here's Kemp struggling at the plate with that .203 batting average. He flied out to center field in this ball game. Kemp now with a 3 for 9 in the series, and facing Arrieta for the first time here in this game with the 0 for 1. That'll be down low and a ball and a strike. The pitch count just piling up now in Arrieta to 58. Kemp against the Orioles, a .375 lifetime hitter. Has never had a home run against the O's. Here's the 1-1 delivery to him, and Kemp fouls it off. Arrieta kept it down, and it goes to 1-2.
Well, that's what you'd like to see. I mean, Jake, his fastball is just a weapon in and of itself, and he's been able to place it on the corners, and he can elevate and get some swing and misses as well. But when it's down in the zone, that 2-seam action, I mean, he can get ground balls to get out of innings, and a lot of times with the velocity, guys will just swing and miss that pitch.
And Kemp has done a lot of that. 19 strikeouts so far this season. And the 1-2 delivery, and Matt Kemp goes down swinging. And Arrieta gets his 4th strikeout, but what an inning. 1 run in on only 1 hit, 3 walks, and a strikeout to end it. So the kids on parade. Little League Day. Jake Arrieta on parade, retiring the first 6 batters faced, and the Orioles went to work. First inning, 3 runs, 4 hits. RBIs, Markakis, Hardy going for the sweep today. The Orioles against the Dodgers. The Orioles bat bottom half of the 3rd inning. Markakis, Jones, and Davis due up against the emergency starter, Stephen Fife, 26-year-old right-hander, called up from the minors by the Dodgers. Chad Billingsley going on the DL, continued right elbow pain that he suffered through at the end of last year. So the start for the Dodger, who went 0-2 last year in 5 games. And in this one, the Orioles have touched him up for 3 runs on 4 hits. The Dodgers 1-1. Markakis, one of those hits and an RBI that came in the first. Great stop, Gonzalez. Pitcher covers. They get the out. Our AT&T Mobility Trivia Facts.
The O's are one of 3 teams with 3 or more players with 20-plus hits this season. Jones, Davis, and Markakis. Detroit and Cincinnati, the only other 2 teams with that type of productivity.
Tigers have used that productivity to go 9-8. They're tied for first with Kansas City in the Central now. Cincinnati's a half game behind the Cardinals. Whoa, Dougie! Way back left field, and goodbye! Home run! Adam Jones.
Great swing by Adam Jones. He's raising the roof right there. Fires this crowd up at Camden Yards.
You kind of thought that had a chance of going out.
Oh, Dougie, it did.
3 home runs for him, 15 RBIs.
Yeah, elevated fastball here, up middle, and Adam Jones makes Fife pay for this mistake. You see Ellis's glove move. He was setting up away, and he backlegs the heck out of that ball.
That's going to be a base hit by Davis, played by Ethier. And the Orioles 2 for 2 for Davis in the ball game. You got to believe the Dodger bullpen will have to get to work here. For Adam Jones, the second home run he's had here. He's hitting over 345 now at home on the young season. And the Orioles extend the lead to 4-1. They've now got 8 hits. Here's Wieters. And the breaking ball will miss. Wieters a strikeout victim, his first time up. Orioles in the home run department now have hit 25 as a team. They've out-homered opponents 25-20. The Wieters towards second base. Ellis, Sellers, quick relay, and they turn the double play. So the Orioles will get the 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, nobody left. Adam Jones bringing the fans to their feet on a shot to left field to put number 4 on the board. And then Showalter managed Don Mattingly with the New York Yankees. They sat down together, and Don Mattingly talked about their days in the minors.
Buck lived upstairs, Hunter's Ridge Apartments. Remember that? Yeah. I think he lived with EP, Eric Peterson there. And
life was pretty simple then, wasn't it?
It really was. No furniture.
Hang out a couple line drives and everything was all right with the world.
That's it. The one thing I do remember about Buck as a player, just the stroke. Because you kind of watch swings, and Buck's was just so kind of one of the most square swings I'd seen to that point. It was just like it was straight, it was down, line drives, and that's really what I remember from that standpoint. We kind of played the same position, so in a sense, he's playing first, I'm playing outfield.
People ask about all the time who influenced your career. Donnie probably had the most influence on my career of anybody, if you think about it, because he not only paved the way for me to make a decision not to play anymore, by seeing him, but also, seriously paved the way a little bit in New York. When the best player on the team is accepting of who is managing the team, it makes it a lot easier.
Great sit down with the two managers here who are obviously very good friends.
Yeah, great stuff there. What insight. And I know Buck feels good about Don Mattingly, one of the greatest hitters of all time, talking about Buck Showalter's nice swing, right?
Yeah. That'll do it for you. Foul back. Andre Ethier leading it off. We go to the fourth inning. 4-8-0 for the Orioles. 2 left on. 1-1-0 for the Dodgers with 3 left on base. Ethier popped out his first time up. Hairston and A.J. Ellis. Arrieta's walked 3. Is struck out 4. 0-2 delivery. And a check swing. Did he go? Nope. Tim McClellan down at third. Arrieta ahead on the count here, though. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Definitely needs to bounce back after that shaky third inning.
1-2. And a big swing and a miss. So Arrieta, 5 strikeouts, 2 in a row.
That's how you do it. You get ahead, and then you're able to go to the quality secondary pitches. Great breaking ball at the bottom of the zone. You see him get on top of that pitch. Great rotation. And that late bite at the end just to get underneath the bat of Ethier.
Arrieta has struck out as many as 9 rather, on 4 occasions. 9 Ks, his career high. Hairston grounded out his first time up. Jerry Hairston Jr. to check swing and a ball. A couple of hits, 5 at bats so far in the series. Dodgers here at Camden Yards for only the 2nd time ever, regular season games. And they had, coming into the series, a 5-1 edge over the Orioles. But the Orioles have a chance to sweep this 3-game set. And the Orioles have Toronto coming in for 3 to conclude the 9-game homestand. 1-1 delivery, right straight back.
That cutter up in the zone. Again, Hairston, pretty aggressive swing there.
Orioles have a chance for a really strong homestand. They're 4-1 so far. Starters have taken 2-1. Bullpen's got a couple of wins and 2 saves so far. Jim Johnson continues his run in saves. Jim now with a 28 consecutive saves. And we want to congratulate Tommy Hunter too. Tommy got his first save ever yesterday in that ball game. 3 innings. He worked 3 innings, so he gets a save under that rule, even though the Orioles would win the ball game by a score of 6-1.
Yeah, I think looking back on those 2 games yesterday, Tommy Hunter's performance really stands out.
Machado in the glove. Got him! Oh! Wow. Outstanding play at both ends by Machado and Davis.
That is a great play. Hairston with great speed, too, getting out of the box. He tips this ball. Nice jump right there by Manny Machado. The backhand play. And how about the transfer on the end? Strong throw with Chris Davis on the pick on the end. Take a look at this. This is the play here. Manny Machado setting up. He has a great pre-pitch, and that's why he's able to get to so many balls. He's in the box in the lower left, obviously, but the reason why he gets such good jumps, so as Jake Arrieta goes into his windup, sets himself in a little bit of a hop right there to activate his feet, and that's why you're seeing him get to so many balls out there in the infield. Great example of that play he just made.
Boy, he just continues to sparkle. And the pitch is strike.
Just that little movement is all it takes. There are different ways to set up for that pre-pitch. We were just up in Boston. Dustin Pedroia gets off the ground about 6 inches. Manny Machado at third base. You want to be lower to the ground, so you don't need that bigger jump, but you need to activate your feet, and it creates range. Bobby Dickerson has been working with him on that through the minor leagues, and he continues it here in the big leagues.
And way outside.
Now take a look at Manny right here. Okay, that subtle little move to activate the feet, and look at that. His right foot doesn't even get down. It already goes behind him to plant, get some acceleration there, and the glove work is just as special as it can be.
Buck Showalter will be very happy. Buck Showalter was talking about that the other day after he made a barehanded play. Buck Showalter said he thinks about 75% of barehanded plays don't have to be made, that you should try and make the play with the glove first, and only in an absolute emergency do you do it with a bare hand. And that is a play where I think a lot of third basemen would have barehanded it.
I agree.
And he didn't. He put it in the glove.
Yeah, and I agree with Buck in that. I don't think there are a lot of players. Their hands are too good. Their glove to hand transfer is so fast. I mean, Manny Machado, great example there. That was a backhand transfer.
And the strikeout picked up by Arrieta. He's got 6 in the game. Another solid inning with a little help from his third and first baseman. Orioles lead. Serve page. Bryce Harper, 7 home runs through the team's first 17 games. Continues to be just what they had hoped for. Mike Trout, same way. Got his first career grand slam yesterday. Picked that up in a win over Detroit. The Angels need all of that they can get. They've had a tough start. And in St. Louis, Matt Adams putting up some big numbers. He's a rookie. He's 11 for 21, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs. He leads all rookies and has done so with the Cardinals kind of quiet.
Wow, look at these young players that have burst onto the major league scene. Of course, we're witnessing Manny Machado right in front of us, but this is great news for the young superstars in the league today.
Stars who will pick up some headlines. Orioles bat here, J.J. Hardy. Hardy with a single and 2 RBIs in his first at bat. By the way, we're talking about Harper with those home runs, 7 of them in 17. The only other major leaguer not yet 21 to have 7 homers in so few games, Mel Ott. You got to go all the way back to 1929 for that number. 0-2 count on J.J. Hardy. Flaherty and Reimold due up. Stephen Fife has kept the pitch count down the last couple of innings. That one will be bounced. Fife has gone 8 out of 16 first pitch strikes. Arrieta's 9 out of 16 first pitch strikes. Fife touched up for 3 runs on 4 hits in the first inning, then the homer by Jones in the third. 1-2 delivery. That'll go to short. Backhanded. Sellers.
Nice backhand play right there by Sellers. Nice defensive shortstop. Well, Fife, looking back at his minor league starts here this year, he hasn't pitched more than 5 innings. So Don Mattingly and Rick Honeycutt, this is about the time they're thinking, geez, it's got to be close for him. Of course, laboring through the first couple innings.
Showing bunt. Flaherty. Did he go? No. Bringing Hairston in at third base. Flaherty flied out to right in his only at bat in the ball game. .0 delivery. Off speed pitch that will miss, and the count goes to 2-0. Fife last year in the games he pitched with the Dodgers, he had 5 starts, worked 26 2/3 innings, so that same 5-inning per start number last year when he was at the major league level. Flaherty questions the call. 2-ball, 1-strike count on it.
Yeah, a little changeup, 2-0 changeup down at the bottom of the zone, and it did look like it dipped underneath the strike zone. I know Jake Arrieta would like some of those calls.
2-2. Blue Jays coming in for 3. Open up tomorrow night. Chris Tillman and J.A. Happ. 6:30 O's extra. 7 o'clock for the ball game. And the off-speed pitch again, and he gets it. 4th strikeout for Fife. 2 down. Let's take a look at our Volkswagen this moment in history. In 1967, after 737 consecutive games at Dodger Stadium, they had their first rainout in Southern California. And in 1994, Eddie Murray, a home run, both sides of the plate, again in the ball game for the 11th time, breaking the career record of home runs from each side of the plate set by Mickey Mantle. And now, of course, Eddie Murray out there, recognized as one of the 6 legends on it. Volkswagen Springtoberfest event is going on now. Visit VWDealer.com today. And a strike taken. Reimold, 1-1. Eddie Murray broke that switch hitter home run record set by Mantle in '94. Mantle had set it in '64. Going from both sides of the plate, same game, 11 times. Outside corner strike, 1-2.
Yeah, pretty good breaking ball. Well, you can see why they like Fife. A couple quality pitches here. That breaking ball, I think, his best pitch, but his fastball command has been a little suspect today. But a pretty good changeup to go along with it.
1-2. There's that breaking ball again. So Fife with 5 strikeouts, 2 in the inning, retires the side in order. He's done that 2 out of 4 innings with the Orioles leading. By PNC Bank for the achiever in you. And by Antwerpen Toyota. When Jack says yes, you pay less at Antwerpen Toyota in Howard County Auto Park. Visit AntwerpenToyota.com today. Honoring number 4 yesterday. The Earls family on hand. Wife Mariana, son Mike. Great day. And the fans out to see it. Jake Arrieta in this one looking for his second win. Has the lead as we go to the 5th inning. Skip Schumacher will lead it off. A single his first time up. Sellers and then Crawford at the top of the order.
Yeah, Jake actually been throwing the ball pretty well in this ball game. Just that rough 3rd inning where he seemed to lose command and ended up walking 3. But he was able to control the damage, only giving up the 1 run. So that's a good sign. There have been some big innings for Jake, but only the 1 run in that bad 3rd inning.
1-0 delivery inside. Count will go to 2-0. The Orioles, with the doubleheader win yesterday, part of it, they overcame a 4-run deficit. That's the largest comeback they've had on the season so far. And the count goes to 3-0. Orioles also, for the first time, 3-game win streak, are 3 over 500 at 10-7. And he walked him on 4 straight. So a leadoff walk. That's what happened in the 3rd inning when they got their run. That's 4 walks in the ballgame. That'll bring up Justin Sellers, our PNC minor league report. Zach Britton.
Yeah, Zach Britton is doing a nice job in Norfolk right now. 3 starts with that 1-0 record. But look at that earned run average, 1.98. 5 strikeouts. There's some base on balls there, but pretty good job to start the season here. And he's definitely hanging by his phone potentially this week.
He could be the starter on Wednesday. The Orioles have not named a starter for the day game, game 3 against Toronto. They're going to need somebody. It will depend a good deal on how the bullpen gets used today, tomorrow, how deep they have to go. Tommy Hunter was one who could have started, but with the 3 innings pitch yesterday, unlikely now. McFarland could still be a starter Wednesday. Or maybe they dip down and maybe it's Zach Britton who would get called up. His name has been mentioned. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Sellers. Strikeout victim his first time up. Runner at first base, Schumacher. 2-1. These 6 strikeouts, 4 walks have helped lead to 82 on the pitch count board.
A lot of pitches once again for Jake Arrieta. A lot of deep counts. Once again, too many walks for Jake. His last start, Buck Showalter let him throw 112 pitches. So getting up there, the arm strength is definitely there. But what you're concerned about is the laborful innings. You know, like the 3rd inning. You try to avoid those big ones.
Here's the 2-1 delivery. Ooh, he hit him. So Arrieta hits the batter, and there are 2 on here in the 5th inning. A walk and a hit batter. And the Dodgers get to the top of that lineup as well. And for the 2nd time in the ball game, the Orioles pitching coach Rick Adair is on his way out.
Yeah, that ball just took off. You just wonder, something mechanically, something, it has to be something very small. Because here walk Shoemaker on 4 straight pitches and then let that one get away to hit Sellers. It's a minor adjustment because he's had 3 innings.
2nd hit batter of the year for Arrieta. So the Dodgers again an opportunity. Runners on at 1st and 2nd. They're 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position so far. Run came, sac fly, Mark Ellis got it. Crawford a walk and he is struck out. And way inside for a ball. Crawford both in the top 10 in the National League of most difficult to strike out and Among the most difficult to pick up a double play against. 1-0 delivery. That's inside, 2-0. Crawford has not hit into a double play yet this season. Here's the 2-0 delivery. Taken, 3-0.
We're having a hard time finding that zone right now. I know you want to execute quality pitches, but you got to throw a strike and get back to work.
See if Crawford would swing here. 3-0 delivery on the way. Didn't have to. 5 walks, bases are loaded without a hit. So Arrieta, with the 5 free passes, has equaled his high for this season. He gave up 5 in the last game against Tampa Bay. McFarland will get up to throw, and the Dodgers get another chance. Dodgers left the bases loaded in the 3rd inning. They got a run on only 1 hit, a single. Mark Ellis got that run on a sac fly. Here he is again with the bases loaded. And he'll foul that one back. Boy, the Dodgers certainly getting their chances here in this game.
They sure are. I'll tell you what, when the pitcher loses command, hitters, all they have to do is zone in one spot, their spot, and they don't have to chase anything. And Jake's having a hard time finding that zone, and you wonder why Ellis swings at the first pitch after Jake's having a hard time throwing strikes. Well, that's his spot. That's the only spot he was looking.
It's the outside corner. So Ellis down on the count 0-2. Arrieta tries to battle through another inning. With the bases loaded situation. Nobody out here in this inning, and Gonzalez then Kemp due up. Arrieta with the 0-2 delivery. And fouled away. Ellis is one of the best in the National League with 2 strikes. He's got a .316 average, which is tied for second in the National League in hits with a 2-strike count. 0-2 delivery to him, and that one's going to be another base hit. That'll bring home Schumacher and Sellers. Going to third base is Crawford. 2 RBIs, and the Dodgers are back in the ballgame.
Well, you're right on about Ellis. Pretty good approach right there with 2 strikes. Not a terrible breaking ball from Jake Arrieta. Not his best, though, up in the zone. J.J. Hardy almost coming down with a spectacular play. Good 2-strike approach for Ellis, and picks up 2 RBIs. And just like that, the Dodgers back in this ball game and threatening with runners at first and third.
That will be it for Arrieta. So Jake Arrieta is going to come out having worked only 4+ innings in the ball game. The irony of all this is the Dodgers have 2 hits, but it's been the 5 walks which have created the disaster for him. So Arrieta comes out of there. McFarland comes on. Gonzalez will be at the plate when we come back. responsible for the 2 runners on.
Yeah, well, we had talked about the free passes, trying to avoid those, and couldn't quite do it today. 5 walks once again for Jake Arrieta. That's back-to-back trouble. 10 walks in 2 games, 3 earned runs on the day. Just 2 hits, though. Gives way to TJ McFarland. TJ's been in 3 games this year, a 2.35 earned run average, 11 strikeouts to 2 base on balls. And TJ really opened everybody's eyes up this spring training. Nice sinker, great command of all of his pitches, good slider and a changeup to go along with it. And he can get some ground balls.
The left-hander, just 23 years old, out of Illinois, Orland Park, Illinois. And a tough situation for him. He faces Gonzalez, who's thrown a walk, grounded out. Gonzalez only 1 for 8 in the series. Runners on first and third. 2 runs in, potential tying run on at third base in the person of Crawford. On at first, Ellis. And that's a strike. Gonzalez is behind on the count, 0-2.
Yeah, pretty tough to pick up from the left side. Kind of across his body a little bit. Gonzalez probably not familiar with TJ McFarland, so just getting a look at him right here. Would like to see some more pitches, but TJ getting ahead early, 0-2.
Gonzalez 379 off the lefties this year. 0-2 delivery, reaches for it, puts it down the line. McClouth is over, and it's a fair ball. That's going to score Crawford. Ellis will go to third. It'll be a double for Gonzalez, and the Dodgers have come back to tie this ball game up.
Boy, a tough break right there. Nate McClouth went a long way for this ball. Never know the effects of 5 base on balls. Outfielders even may slow down a step or lose concentration, but great effort by Nate McClouth. That ball hit his glove, just couldn't stick in it.
So the Dodgers have done the battling back in this one, as the Orioles have lost a lead 4-4, and the Dodgers a chance for more damage here, 2 in scoring position. Gonzalez picks up RBI number 14, the Dodger leader in most of the offensive departments, including that one. Kemp's had an 0 for 2. He has flied out, struck out. Ellis at third, Gonzalez at second. And Kemp will take it, hesitating on it. It's outside, 2-0. Left-hander McFarland out of the bullpen. Opponents hitting only .207 against him coming into the ball game. 2-0 delivery. That's going to be a base hit into left field. That'll score Ellis. McClouth will hold the runner at third. So Kemp delivers an RBI single, and the Dodgers have a 5-4 lead.
The Dodgers taking advantage of some base on balls and hit by pitch, and now feeling confident, swinging the bat pretty well here. Kemp with a nice swing there to pick up an RBI. Now they take the lead.
All 5 runs will be charged to Arrieta. What a line. 5 runs, 2 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 5 walks in 4+ innings. Dodgers 3 for 5 runners in scoring position, and that one's going to be fouled off by Ethier. Ethier 259 off the lefties this year. Has had only 1 hit in the series, 1 for 9, a homer, accounting for 3 runs. McFarland with the 0-1 count. There's still nobody out in the inning. 6 in a row have reached for the Dodgers. 1-0 pitch, swung on a miss, came in. 0-2.
That's a great fastball from TJ McFarland. Great location, and then that you see the life on his fastball. Might not have the same velocity as some pitchers, but great movement in the zone.
0-2. McFarland has never faced the Dodgers before. Lefty with a 1-ball 2-strike count on Ethier. Hairston on deck. Runners off first and third. The 1-2. started to go after it, and it almost got him. 2-ball, 2-strike count. All 3 walks in the inning have scored. The walk in the 3rd inning scored. So 4 of the 5 free passes surrendered by Arrieta have crossed the plate. And a hit batter included. Pitch is taken outside. So hit batter 1 of those. So only 3 out of the 5 walks have scored. 3-ball, 2-strike count on Ethier. If the runner goes at first, does not. That is swung on and missed. Runner's not coming from 3rd. It'll be a runner at first base coming back as Ethier is out of there. That first base was occupied. So the runner will move up. Kemp goes down to second base. Gonzalez stays over at 3rd. He did not try and score on that.
Number 6,
Dan Conley of the Sun. Mystery of Jake Arrieta continues. So good, so frustrating, inning by inning. You can read the rest. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Jekyll in this place. So Ethier, the strikeout victim, twice has gone down. McFarland gets the K. 1 out, infield in. Runners can advance on that, and did. And now 2 are in scoring position for Hairston. Hairston 0 for 2, denied on a fine play his last time up by both Machado at 3rd and Davis at 1st, who combined to get him out. Infield plays at halfway. Gonzalez, the lead runner. And the ball's going to be popped up. 3rd base. Foul territory for Machado and a big out.
Well, that was a big out there. T.J. McFarland making a couple great pitches, striking out Ethier, a trapdoor fastball in the inner part of the plate, and then getting Jerry Hairston, veteran player. Hairston certainly knows what to do up there in these situations, but inducing that infield pop-up.
Dodgers leading it by a score of 5-4. Picking up 4 runs so far in the inning. They have batted around. 9th man up in the inning, A.J. Ellis. Runners 2nd and 3rd. And the pitch is there for a strike. Ellis a 5 for 15 against the lefties with 1 home run so far this year. Make no mistake, here's another big moment. Base hit here, scores 2 more runs. McFarland gets the out. It stays a 1-run ball game. 0-1. That'll miss outside. 1-1.
Well, you can see the quality of McFarland's pitches. Tried to backdoor that breaking ball there. That little 2-seam fastball has some really good life. And that breaking ball, I can catch you off guard as well.
1-1 delivery to him. McFarland, of course, last year combined for outstanding numbers. 8-2 at AA, 8-6 at AAA with the Cleveland organization. Got the work in as a starter in all of those games last year. 2-1 delivery. That's in the dirt. Wieters will block it. And a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Schumacher started the inning with a walk, waiting on deck.
And McFarland with the open base, trying to tap into Ellis's aggressiveness there. A couple changeups down and away.
3-1 outside corner strike. Two down, 2 in scoring position for the Dodgers. And walked him, and they're loaded. So McFarland now as the bases loaded, and the former Oriole catcher Ramon Hernandez has come out to pinch hit for Schumacher. Schumacher is the DH. So Ramon Hernandez will get to fill in that role.
Well, this situation here, it's the 5th inning. You don't usually see pinch hitters come in this early in a ball game, but Don Mattingly, understanding the significance of this opportunity for them to push some more runs across the plate, try to get this matchup correct.
And you've lost 6 in a row, and your offense is struggling. You make the moves whenever you have to try and get it done. Ramon Hernandez had an 0 for 3 in the ball game. The one he played in yesterday as part of the doubleheader. 2 starts for the Dodgers behind the plate on the year. And Hernandez takes it for a strike. Only 9 at bats, 1 for 9. A couple of walks picked up. Oh, 1 delivery to him. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 10 batters up for the Dodgers in what so far has been a 4-run inning. One delivery. Strike in the inside corner. Hasn't agreed with either. McFarland 1 and 2. And Hernandez fouls it off. A little shot off the end of the bat, just nubbed it to hold the count at 1 and 2.
Yeah, nice changeup from T.J. McFarland. See the quality of that pitch. Good location as well. I have no idea how Hernandez was able to get a piece of it to stay alive.
McFarland again with a 1-2 delivery. And Hernandez a little chopper to second base. Ryan Flaherty over. He's got it. And will record the out. And that will end the inning. But the Dodgers put across 4, and the Dodgers go on top 5-4.
And then in the 3rd inning trouble, and of course not being able to get out of the 5th inning. So still trying to find that consistency throughout a ball game really hurt this ball club.
And the sad thing about it for Jake is it keeps going on and on and on like that. It's a continuation of what we've not only seen this year, but we saw last season. And you keep waiting for that ball game where he's just going to come in and overpower for the full game.
Yeah, unfortunately, it seems like it's all gotten into his head a little bit. Instead of just trusting his natural ability and staying aggressive in the zone, one or two bad calls might do the trick. It seemed like that one inning, the third, just got frustrated about a couple calls from the first hitter and then just could not get back on track. And the same thing happened in the fifth. So just a little mental adjustment there to fight through some of the problems.
Well, the Orioles down by just one. They've made comebacks this season, and now we'll try and do it again with a long way to go in the ball game. Bottom half of the fifth inning, Nate McLouth leading it off. He has single scored to ground it out. Fife's pitch will be outside. The Dodger starter has not walked anybody. He has struck out 5. He's certainly had his problems with the 8 Orioles coming up in the first inning. 3 runs, 4 hits. Jones the long home run in the third, but he's battled his way through, and he's ongoing here in the ball game. You would believe this is going to be his final inning. As Mike mentioned, 5 is the most that he's gone in his minor league starts this season. 2-1 delivery to McLouth. That's going to be scooped off the plate, and the count goes to 3-1. Howell already warming up in the bullpen for the Dodgers. McLouth 3-1 delivery to him. He aimed it. And there's the first walk surrendered. And the Orioles get the leadoff man on here in the bottom of the fifth inning. The Orioles are proud to join Major League Baseball in honoring Jackie Robinson. Last Tuesday, each player and coach wore number 42. You can join in the honor by bidding on these game-worn jerseys that have been autographed. You can do so to benefit the Orioles Charitable Foundation and the Jackie Robinson Foundation. The bidding closes Tuesday at midnight. Visit Orioles.com/auction right now and make your bid. A little time for Howell to get ready in the bullpen. It's not that the pitch count is all that high. It's just that he hasn't gone that high this season. So the leadoff man on for Manny Machado, who has struck out twice in the game. Honeycutt's on his way out.
Give a little bit more time.
Yeah. Howell obviously not ready in the bullpen.
Well, I know both managers and pitching coaches would love to see their pitchers go as deep into a ball game as they possibly can, but after that first inning by Fife, they've got to be happy with where they are right now. Obviously the lead, but boy, I don't think anybody thought he was going to be able to get out of the second inning after that first inning.
So the Orioles will wait here as home plate umpire Tim Welke goes out. Blue Jays are coming to town to open up a 3-game set tomorrow. It'll be 2 night games on Monday and Tuesday, and then the 12:30 early game on Wednesday. Then the Orioles head out. Right now the Jays aren't flying. Their manager John Gibbons saying, let's face it, we haven't played good enough baseball to win. We're where we should be. Nothing's working against us. We're not playing good enough to win right now. They are 13th in average, 10th in runs, and 13th in ERA.
And they were projected with all their offseason additions to do very well in the American League East. Not quite there yet.
A very tough start for the Jays. They are beating New York 6-4 in the 7th inning in Toronto in their day game today against the Yankees. 1 strike count on Manny Machado. Runner on at first base. Manny will ground that one towards short. Sellers. Ellis, the quick relay. Got the double play. Orioles have hit into 2 double plays in the ball game. Weren't sure they'd get that. That wasn't hit that hard.
No, it wasn't, but a quick turn. Sellers with the quick release, giving it up to Ellis, and Ellis, of course, knows how to turn a double play for sure.
So 2 away, nobody on. Nick Markakis, RBI, base hit in the first inning and a run scored, grounded out on a fine play made by Gonzalez at first base his last time up. Fife's pitch will be in there for a strike. 0-1. Almost took Fife out that way, right over his back. And Markakis gets his second hit of the ball game. Markakis 2 for 3. Our Hyundai drive of the game as Adam Jones stands in.
Adam Jones gets up to this high fastball, his 10th extra base hit of the season, but he crushes this one for a home run deep into the left field seats.
And get a move on your Hyundai dealer during the Let's Go sales event. Find great savings on every new Elantra. But hurry, this event ends April 30. So that will be it for Fife, the 26-year-old right-hander. Works 4 2/3 innings in the ball game and has given the Dodgers and himself a chance to be a winner. Howell will go out of the pen. Maryland Lottery hit it big contestant of the game gets $500 for any Orioles home run. Catherine Majetic has already won $1,200 today. For your chance to be the Maryland Lottery hit it big contestant of the game, play 5-card cash. Go to mdlottery.com/Orioles to enter. Fife, emergency starter. Got it done.
He sure did. I mean, a rough first inning for him, but he did go 4 2/3 for Don Mattingly and the Dodgers. Gave up 7 hits, 5 strikeouts, giving his team a chance to win. So they have to be happy with that effort. J.P. Howell now in relief. He's been in 7 games, 5.14 earned run average, 8 strikeouts. He's got three pitches. Fastball, curveball, and change. He loves his off speed. Try to get ahead, and he's going to go right to the off speed pitches.
Jones will be coming up against him. Orioles have seen a lot of Howell in his time with Tampa Bay in particular. Jones is an 0 for 6 a lifetime against the 29-year-old left-hander. Howell with Tampa Bay last year, 55 games, had a 1-0 record. Middle reliever, 50 innings. Gave up just 17 runs, 39 hits, had a fine .304 earned run average with the Rays. Adam Jones, runner at first, 2 down. Jones hit by a pitch in the first inning, scored, and then that big home run in the third. The Orioles have 2 RBIs from Hardy, 1 from Markakis, 1 from Jones. Dodgers, Mark Ellis has picked up a couple, 1 for Gonzalez, 1 for Kemp. Ellis with 3 in the ball game. Throw over and a lob toss. Markakis with the 2-out base hit. The runner at first.
Well, the Orioles have found themselves playing from behind in the past few games and finding ways to come back late in the game to win. And here today, Orioles jump out to the early lead. The Dodgers finding a way to fight back. So The Orioles traditionally a late inning team, though, offensively. They do really well 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, come up with some big hits, and they're trying to put some more pressure on the Dodgers here in the 5th.
Orioles are 6-4 this year in ball games where they score first. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Jones. Howell's delivery is going to be a base hit into left field. Jones on that one. So Adam Jones, a 2-for-2 ball game. And the Orioles with 2 away, trying to get this ball game tied up or better. Davis coming up. Jones continues to be one of the leaders for the Orioles. Look at the leaders for the O's coming in with Adam Jones leading in hits and runs. Chris Davis in RBIs, home runs, slugging percentage, and on base percentage. The duo that has been the heart and soul of the Orioles offensive engine so far. And here they get to try and do it again back to back. 2 on. Davis up, 2 singles, 2 for 2. And he will foul that one off for a strike. Chris Davis now has picked up 11 hits in his last 13 at bats over 3 games. Chris Davis, this will be his 7th multi-hit game of the year. The 0-1 delivery to him. 0-2.
Pretty good breaking ball right there from J.P. Howell. You better execute the pitch and keep it out of the strike zone, because if you make a mistake anywhere in the zone, Chris Davis will make you pay. We've seen him go down and get some breaking balls, and Chris has the ability to even expand the zone a little bit and do some damage.
Davis is 1 for 3 off Howell, the home run. 0-2 delivery, and got him to go. Tag will be put on. Howell will get the strikeout. The Orioles, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. 2 are left on base. We've completed 5 on this Sunday. Sarasota, Florida, home of Orioles spring training, also a destination for culinary adventure. From fresh local seafood to an array of Zagat-rated restaurants. Learn more by visiting SavorSarasota.com. Derek's, always a great choice in their new location, but there are lots of great restaurants in Sarasota to take advantage of. Much like Baltimore.
That's right.
Which I intend to do tonight. Again. Big house on hand on this Sunday. Good ball game. Another 1-run affair. Orioles 2-3 in 1-run ball games. Dodgers 3-1. Justin Sellers coming up, 6th inning. Sellers scored in the 5th. Pitcher was hit by a pitch. Diving and got him. Good try by Sellers. Better play made by Davis.
It sure was. Great effort there by Sellers, bottom of the order, trying to get on for the leadoff guys. Chris Davis kind of getting out of his comfort zone over there and has to make a very athletic play to be able to get Sellers. You see that extension reaches out and gets Sellers for the out.
Right across the letters on the back with the tag. Carl Crawford. 2 walks and a strikeout. He has scored a run. And Crawford, 474 against the lefties. 474. He's 9 for 19 with a home run off left-handers. DJ McFarland on in relief, swung on and missed. And as we mentioned earlier, this will impact who starts the ball game on Wednesday. With McFarland, we'll see how long he works here.
Yeah, now with Tommy Hunter throwing 3 innings yesterday, and now TJ coming in the middle innings of this ball game, seems more likely that Zach Britton will be their first option, unless they want to take a chance and bring Hamill back on 4 days rest. But no.
3 ball, 1 strike count, 1 away. Crawford, then Mark Ellis due up. 5-4-0 for the Dodgers, 4-8-0 for the Orioles. And came inside, and Crawford's on again. Now he's on 3 walks in the ball game. Voting for the AT&T Fans Choice bobblehead is underway. Text 1 for Wei-Yin Chen, 2 for Chris Davis, 3 for Jason Hamill, 4 for Jim Johnson, 5 for Nate McLeod. 31826. Voting is unlimited. Standard text message rates apply. And 1 fan who texts the vote will get tickets and an on-field experience for the September 29 bobblehead game. You can also cast your vote online, Orioles.com/bobblehead, or at the team's official Facebook page. Here is Mark Ellis. Ellis with a big 2 RBI single in the 5th inning, a sac fly in the 3rd. Officially 1 for 2 at the plate. He's now had 4 runs batted in the 3 games. Runner goes, no. Pickoff throw, not in time. Crawford took the couple of quick steps as though he was going to take off.
Yeah, pretty impressive. Matt Wieters, of course, sees that out his peripheral and snap throw to first base, trying to back pick Crawford. Crawford with plenty of quickness over there, gets back safely.
Crawford 3 out of 5 stealing bases, their leading base stealer. Wieters has thrown out 7 of 10. Matt Guerrero in the bullpen for the Dodgers. Saw him in the doubleheader, game 2. McFarland 1-1. And concerned now about Crawford, which is exactly what Crawford wanted. Dodgers 7 out of 10 stealing bases. Three throws over. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Ellis will take it outside. Mark Ellis, too, has hit the lefties hard. 368 so far in this first month of this season. 2-1 count on Ellis. Wieters looking over to sign from the dugout on whether they want to throw over to first. Good lead by Crawford. Not going, though, and it's fouled back.
Ellis with a couple big at-bats already in this ball game. Big sac fly with the bases loaded back in the 3rd. And of course, that big single to score a couple. So he's locked in right now, swinging the bat well. Two the count.
Crawford keeps his lead. And McFarland keeps throwing over.
He hasn't really tipped anything other than that fake break. Maybe just to get in the head of TJ McFarland, and certainly doing that. Now 4-5 pickoff attempts over there.
Oh, chased one outside. And Ellis a strikeout victim.
Well, this late life really exposes Ellis here on the outside corner. Ellis thinks it might come back, but it goes the other way on him. Almost ends up a foot off the plate. You see it take off there at the end. Great darting action.
So Gonzalez with the RBI double his last time up. He's walked and grounded out. 381 on the year now with 14 brought home. And a strike. 2 down. Runner remains at first base. You don't want to take the bat out of Gonzalez's hand if you're Crawford. 0-1 delivery. That'll be outside. Toronto leading the Yankees 8-4. Josh Johnson starting for Toronto, trying to get a win. Their highly acclaimed pitcher. He went 5 1/3, 4 runs, 8 hits. He had 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, gave up a home run. Ground ball to first base. Davis has got it. He'll go to the bag and record the out. So McFarland battles in here as the base runner is left on, and the Orioles still trail by just 1. Tom Davis, Dave Johnson, Mel Anton, and Phil Wood will take a look at the new look Toronto Blue Jays. They'll be coming to town for 3. Tune in tomorrow 5 for batting practice look-ins, player sound, and more. It's right here on MASN, the Mid-Atlantic Sports Report tomorrow. To the bullpen.
Yeah, Matt Guerrier now in relief. He's a middle reliever. He tries to eat up some innings here for the Dodgers. This ball game, he's been in 6 games, 3.60 earned run average, a couple of strikeouts, and 4 base on balls. He's got all 4 pitches, but he likes his slider. He has the best command over that pitch. Curveball and changeup to go along with the fastball as well.
Guerrier, who has been a workhorse in his career, missed most of last year. Elbow tendonitis, appeared in only 16 games last year. Matt Wieters. Prior to that, in 11, Guerrier worked in 70 games. He had a streak of 5 years where he worked 70 or more ball games. Lifetime mark 23 and 30, but most of that, virtually all of it's come out of the bullpen. 2-0 count. Bottom half of the 6th inning, Wieters has hit into a double play and struck out. Guerrero with a 2-0 delivery, and that's there for a strike. Stephen Fife, the starter, charged with the 4-run, 7 hits over 4 2/3 innings. Howell came on to work a third of an inning, gave up 1 hit, and had a strikeout. Wieters fouls it back. 2-2.
And Guerrero right back into the count. A work away on Matt Wieters. Tell you what, living in the danger zone, you let Matt Wieters get his arms extended out and over the plate.
2-2 delivery, and Wieters puts one a mile up. Shortstop Sellers called off, and the catch made by Crawford. 1 away in the 6th. When the Orioles win, everybody wins all season long. When the Orioles win and score 5 or more runs, you get 50% off regular menu price online orders at papajohns.com. All you've got to do is enter promo code Orioles5. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. Valid at participating Baltimore area Papa John's. So those of you listening in Shanghai will not be able to take advantage of that today. Sorry. 1 away, and the pitch taken for a strike. Hardy is singled, 1 for 2, 2 RBIs. A 1 delivery. Guerrero got to rehab in Rancho Cucamonga at the end of last season. There's no particular reason to say that, except I like that word. Rancho Cucamonga. It's great. Here's the 1-1 delivery, and a swing and a miss. Off speed, dropped down on that one, 1-2.
Yeah, pretty good curveball right here from Guerrero. See, it kind of hangs up there at the top of the zone, and then has some great late bite at the end. Just under the bat of J.J. Hardy.
Slow roller foul. One ball, 2 strike count on Hardy with Flaherty on deck. One-two delivery to him, and Hardy will chop that one to third base. Big hop, Hairston. 2 down here in the 6th inning.
Hairston's made a couple nice plays over there at third base. Of course, in last night's ball game, a great sliding catch down the right field line into the wall. So a very athletic player. Can play second and short as well as every outfield position.
That'll bring up Ryan Flaherty, 0 for 2. He has flied out and struck out. And we'll take the pitch. Orioles 3-game win streak on the line. The Dodgers 6-game losing streak. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning with the Dodgers up by a run. And Flaherty will take it down low for a ball. Big house kind of quiet right now, waiting for the Orioles to get it going. The 2 managers sat down for that great discussion. And a swing and a miss, and a 2-ball, 1-strike count.
Well, that's his slider, probably his best pitch, or the one he has the best command of. Works it under the hands of Ryan Flaherty there.
2-1. Miss inside, and a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Flaherty trying to get on to give Reimold a chance. The DH hitting in the 9 spot today. Guerrero with the pitch, and that's there for a strike, and he'll take it full 3-2. Cincinnati beating up on Miami again today. Another 10 runs against them. 9, I guess, at the moment. Miami's already 9.5 games out in that race in the East. Bullpen action for the Dodgers, just in case. 3-2 delivery, and Flaherty down to first, and that one's fouled off. I fear there will be long, lonely nights in Miami and Houston at the ballpark this year.
Yeah, that's going to be tough to watch if they continue playing the way they played here at the start of the season.
3-2 delivery. And that's going to be a foul ball as well. Of course, you can always go to Miami Stadium and just go to the Clevelander. You know the Clevelander?
No, I don't.
It's a club that's located in North Beach. A lot of men visit it. They have an outlet at the ballpark down the left field line. The Clevelander Club.
All right.
In the ballpark.
Okay.
Available for all. Outside.
That's a bat right there by Ryan Flaherty, following off a couple pitches on the inner part of the plate. And takes a tough pitch down and away.
2 down, 1 on. Reimold coming up. Clevelander is located right next to the bullpen, the visitors' bullpen. We did the World Baseball Classic there, and we said it's the only bullpen where the phone's never been answered since the opening of Miami Stadium. Because in the club of the Clevelander, there are some attractive attractions.
Oh, boy.
I can't help it. I didn't do it. It's there. I couldn't believe it. I was absolutely stunned that would be in a ballpark. 2 down. Reimold is struck out and grounded out. And the pitch will be taken up high for a ball.
Tell you what, Nolan Reimold, he's been swinging the bat very well. Nothing to show for it today, but 3 home runs in the last 6 games. So a great opportunity here to get Nolan up. Flaherty working that base on ball.
2 for 6 in the series, a home run, 3 RBIs. Flaherty off first base. One and 0. Orioles trying to get it back right here with 2 down in the bottom of the 6th inning. Guerrero's delivery, and after one that was up in the air and hit it up in the air. Kemp will make the catch in center. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. 6 complete here at Camden Yards. Dodgers up by 1.
J.J. Hardy in the 1st inning delivers an RBI single. And then Adam Jones with a big home run in the 3rd. the Orioles a big lead. But the Dodgers come fighting back. Nate McLeod can't come down with the ball, driven by Gonzalez, and Sean Kemp starting to heat up a little bit. Picks up an RBI there, scoring Ellis. And here is your game summary. The Dodgers have the lead as we go into the 7th inning, 5-4. Adam Jones, a nice day, 2 for 2 with a home run and 2 runs scored. Stephen Fife battles his way through to go 4 2/3 innings with 4 earned runs, 5 strikeouts. And Jake Arrieta, tough day, 4 innings pitched, 5 base on balls, and 6 strikeouts.
I love it. Keep your eye on the field. Flair, Markakis not going to be able to get to it. So a leadoff single as Matt Kemp starts the 7th inning with his second base hit. He's 2 for 4 in the ball game. He's now had 5 hits in this series and 12 at bats. The Dodgers get hit number 5. Orioles still out hitting him. 8-5 in the game. Ethier, 2 strikeouts and he has popped out. McFarland working in his 3rd inning of relief work and came on in the 5th inning with nobody out. Dodgers have picked up 3 hits off him, no runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Strop in the pen.
TJ McFarland still working on his move to first base. Making sure he keeps Sean Kemp in check over there. Definitely don't want to get a runner in a scoring position. Tight ball game here going into the final innings. I mean, Matt Kemp, excuse me, Sean Kemp.
Foul back. If the Dodgers are inclined to want to try anything here with a 1-run lead, hit and run, or attempted steal. 2 for 2 for Kemp stealing bases. Ethier with the 0-1. And that's there for a strike. Ethier getting his first action against the Orioles in this series. 1 home run, 1 for 10 at the plate, 3 RBIs off the dinger though, and jammed him, and it's foul back. So the count remains at 2 strikes on Andre Ethier. Dodgers day off tomorrow. They take on the Mets. The Orioles right back at it with the Blue Jays coming in tomorrow night. Oh-2 and got him.
Real nice pitch right there from TJ McFarland. Sometimes you just got to throw that fastball over the plate and just let it work for itself. This ball starts off right down the middle, and it tails down and in to Ethier. Beautiful pitch. See Matt Waiters going down to get it here. Ethier ball going just underneath the barrel of that bat.
One out here in the 7th inning. Here's Hairston. He's taken an 0 for 3. Couple of hits, 7 at bats in the series. Kemp's going to go. Now would be the time. Way inside. What a scoop by Waiters.
Oof. Yeah, great play, and of course coming up ready to throw as well. Matt Waiters expecting Kemp to be bouncing off there too.
Hairston hitting at 227. Kemp not extending the lead, and that's fouled out. Interesting note for those of you who like baseball history, and I do. New York Times had a great story today that a piece of film has been uncovered in South Georgia. Apparently it's over 100 years old, and apparently it's the oldest moving images of the game of baseball being played in Georgia. They think it was about 1919, 26-second film clip. Employees of the Pebble Hill Plantation near Thomasville playing the game of baseball against another employees from another plantation. And it is African Americans who are working on those plantations who are playing in the game, and there's never been any recorded history of that before. I don't think the Times has posted the film yet. I don't know if it's available to be seen, but I can't wait to get a look at that, see what that looks like. 1919 baseball game.
Man, that would be great. And so many people, obviously baseball so traditional. It was a national pastime. To get little tidbits of the history of the game like that would be a sensation.
University of Georgia researchers found it. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Hairston. Count will stay at 1-2. Jeff Idelson, head of the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, was on hand yesterday to honor Earl Weaver. I'm sure he'll be calling Georgia to find out about that clip. Popped up outside of first base. Davis over with room. He's got it. And there are 2 down. Experience Oriole Park in an exciting new way when you pick up an Oriole Park 5-bagger suite program. 1 low price, fully catered suite, 5 games, including games against the Yankees or Red Sox, plus parking, VIP treatment, and more. No better way to entertain clients or colleagues and make a statement. Space is limited. 410-547-6173 or visit Orioles.com/suites for details. 2 away. Kemp remains on at first base. A.J. Ellis, the catcher, 2 walks, a strikeout, and he has scored a run. Again, McFarland with the throw over. Ellis will take the pitch outside for a ball. McFarland with a walk and 3 strikeouts. Orioles Jake Arrieta charged with 5 runs, 2 hits, 4+ innings, 6 strikeouts from 5 walks. Fife 4 2/3 for the Dodgers. He gave up 4 runs, 7 hits, and a strike.
Fife had that slow first inning, and of course Jake trouble in the 3rd and the 5th that really seemed to kind of set the tempo of this ball game. Unfortunately, there were some good innings in there for both pitchers as well, but boy, some really long innings and tough situations to play in.
Runner goes, Wieters. That's going to skip into center. And Kemp decides better of it, stays at second base. 3 for 3 in stolen bases for him, and only the 4th stolen and 11 chances off Wieters.
And take a look, Matt Wieters coming out of the chute. That ball down in the zone as well, so a long way to go for the transfer. Ryan Flaherty just tipping off the end of the glove. We saw him make almost the exact same play yesterday. Yesterday, though, he was a little bit deeper to keep that ball in the infield. That one he thought he could catch and apply that tag.
2-1 delivery on the way. Two ball, 2 strike count. Very important run out there at second base at the moment. Potential run for the Dodgers. Kemp with real good speed. Ellis with a 2 ball, 2 strike count and 2 down. 2-2 delivery to him. That's punched into right. Markakis charging. Kemp the turn. They're going to wave him. Here's the throw. Markakis. Wieters there. And he's got in underneath it. A very close play at the plate. Tim Wallach setting, the third base coach, and got the hand across the plate before Wieters could get him.
Boy, that was a close play. You see Kemp trying to get that back corner, and Matt Wieters with the great swipe tag. Tim Walke with the call right in front of it. But man, that was a close play. Get another look at it here. As Weeder swipes that tag, it looked like Kemp's hand did get in on the plate. Another angle. Kemp reaching in, and there it is. Hand swiping the plate. Weeder's glove swiping the shoulder and the face of Kemp. See Kemp going deep on the outside of home plate to avoid the tag of Weeder's.
So that makes it a 2-run differential. McFarland out and Strop on to pitch. J. Ellis will chase McFarland, and here's Strop.
Yeah, Pedro Strop just trying to settle into this season. Really some inconsistencies early on. You see that earned run average 11.81. A couple walks and a wild pitch in his last outing. See 3 base on balls on the year, but still a power arm, power pitcher. And once he does settle in, good things are going to come.
Runner on at second base as Ellis moved up on the throw to the plate, getting the single and the RBI. Now Hernandez, who came on as the DH, pinch hit, 5th inning, grounded out, stays in. Dodgers now 4 for 9 with runners in scoring position today. They haven't had many ball games where they have been able to do that this year, and it's paid off for them. They're being out hit 8-6, but have a 2-run lead. McFarland 2 2/3, 4 hits, a walk, 3 strikeouts. So far 1 run charged against him. Strop's pitch got him. So Strop comes on, takes care of it in a hurry. 7th inning stretch time. Get a move on to your Hyundai dealer during the Let's Go sales event. Find great savings on every Elantra, but hurry, this event ends April 30. Enjoy the 7th inning stretch at Camden Yards.
Part of the Orioles Military Appreciation Program, presented by Geico, and with the support of Orioles pitcher Jake Arrieta and Orioles right fielder Nick Markakis, as well as Under Armour. We are joined today by families of the fallen Maryland servicemen and women honored during today's pregame ceremonies. In honor of our country and all the brave men and women who serve our nation and defend our freedom, we ask that you please rise and join Cantor Tom King in singing God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. sweetheart.
With a 6-4 lead, try to end their losing streak. Well, the Orioles will try and make another comeback of it, and a chance to do that, obviously, in any game. This Dodger bullpen has had its problems here towards the end of games.
It really has, and I'll tell you what, the Orioles swing the bat well from the 7th inning on, and they are a comeback team. They proved that a lot last year, and they've already proved it this year. So look for some excitement here and take advantage of that bullpen that's been a little bit inconsistent.
And so much of that coming from the confidence, Michael, last year. I mean, we talk about that, but it is real for players, though, that if you get that done a few times, you start to believe you can do it again.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. And everybody in this lineup has done it for the Orioles last year. So they all feel confident. They've never, ever given up. And they always feel that 1 or 2 hits away and maybe a blast to get them back into this ball game or win it.
And only 2-run differential here, so we'll see what the Orioles can do. McFarland, again, a pretty good job on the mound for the Orioles, even though he did give up a run. He's proving to be a real strength out of that bullpen.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, left-handed arm out of there, facing some tough lefties here for the Dodgers. It's good to see, and he's a young arm as well, so a lot of good things from T.J. McFarland to look for in the future and the rest of this year. Paco Rodriguez now in a relief for the Dodgers, been in 9 games at 5.40 earned run average. You're going to see a cutter, slider, and changeup from Paco.
Rodriguez working to McLouth at the top of the order, and that is in there for a strike. Rodriguez worked in game 1 of the doubleheader against a left-hander, no part of an inning, and gave up a base hit and ended up being charged with a run in that ball game. 0-1 pitch. McLouth takes it. It's a strike. McLouth's been on with a single and a walk, and he is grounded out. Oh, 2 count. Machado and then Marquez due up, and the sweeper will miss outside for a ball.
Paco Rodriguez, pretty interesting delivery. Goes into his windup and kind of shows the hitter the ball up over his head. And then the ball moves all over the place. A lot of sliders. Oof.
Dodgers are going to make probably a couple more pitching changes before this game is done. Don Mattingly now will do whatever he's got to do to try and get a win, especially with the day off tomorrow. Wants matchups for the remainder of this ball game. Here's the 2-2 delivery. McLouth will foul it off. Nate coming into the ball game was 0 for 5 against the left-handers. Howell worked a third of an inning, picking up the out he needed. Did give up a hit, but got a strikeout. Guerrero worked an inning with 1 walk. McLouth, hopper to short. Nice play, Sellers. Short hopped it and gets it. One away. Follow the Orioles all season long with MLB.com at bat on your iPhone, iPad, or Android. Get scores, stats, highlights, live audio, and more. Text at bat 31826 or visit Orioles.com for details. Two strikeouts, and he's hit into a double play. Manny Machado now at 257 on the year. 3 for 11 in the series. And the pitch away for a ball.
Tries to get ahead with a little changeup right there to Manny Machado, just on the outside corner off the plate.
Machado 182 off the lefties. Hairston backs up at third. 1-0 pitch, that's in there for a strike. Rodriguez with the 1-1 outside. Always interesting when you see pitchers or hitters who do things that are outside the norm of how you teach kids in playing baseball. You never try and teach a kid to do what he does with that ball behind his back thing there. How that happens, who knows? Just feels comfortable. And a strike taken, 2-2.
Yeah, sometimes you know, pitchers, hitters alike, they do things to try to simplify the mechanics, and this looks a little bit unorthodox, but there was probably a reason why he's taking the ball out of his glove and taking it up over his head like that.
Towards second base, Ellis, 2 down. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Well, the Orioles' next opponent, Toronto, got the win over the Yankees today by a score of 8-4. So Toronto will come in, having avoided the sweep by the Yankees. Toronto now 8-11. Yankees are 10-7 on the year. Ends a 2-game losing streak for Toronto and the 2-game win streak for the Yankees. Nick Markakis, 2 singles, and he's grounded out. Up the average to 315. One delivery and another ground ball. Sellers. So Rodriguez comes on, gets 3 ground ball outs. We've completed 7 in this finale of the 3-game set. Dodgers lead by 2. Of the game. Here are today's candidates. Adam Jones has been on all 3 times up, has picked up a home run, his 3rd of the year. Nick Markakis, he's had 2 hits, 2 for 4 RBI, and a run scored. And for Chris Davis, a 2 for 3 ball game with a couple of singles. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, 31826. Well, the Dodgers coming into this allowing at least 6 runs 5 consecutive games. The Dodger franchise had not allowed 6 runs or more in 6 straight games since 1944.
Ouch.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's buried along with that film footage down in Georgia.
Oh, my gosh. They don't want to see that film footage. So far in this one, they've given up 4. As we go to the 8th inning, Pedro Strop stays on for the Orioles. Strop got the strikeout to end the 7th inning. Justin Sellers hit by a pitch, scored in the 5th. 0 for 2 officially in the game and 1 for 6 in the series. Strop behind 2-0. $41,265 on this sunny Sunday at the park. 41,265. A lot of folks in 2 days passing through Camden Yards. It's 2-1 delivery, and that'll be popped back. He had 21,800 for the first game, 45,200 for the second, and 41,000 for this. If I could add quickly enough, I'll tell you how many that was for 3 games, but I can't.
It's a lot of people right there.
Thank you very much. 2-ball, 2-strike count on Sellers. And a swing and a miss. Strop gets it.
Well, there you go. That's Pedro Strop at his best right there. A couple live fastballs in on the hands of Sellers, and then it finishes him off with a hard slider down and away. Showing itself as a fastball, then nope, it's gone. And so is Sellers. Strike 3.
And the pitch will be taken by Crawford. Kansas City beats Boston. First game of a doubleheader, 4-2 today. They will be playing a second game tonight, so the Red Sox win streak comes to a close. Foul tipped. Boston had a 7-game win streak that ends. Kansas City still on top in the Central now. That's their 9th win, tied with the Detroit Tigers starting the day. Tigers have actually lost 3 in a row. One ball, 1-strike delivery. Turned 2-1. The only team undefeated at home coming into today's play, Colorado Rockies. They are 8-0. Swung on and missed by Crawford. Colorado's got a game going on against Arizona at home today. Kind of a surprise, even if it's early, that they are 2.5 games ahead of the Giants in the West, and they have won 8 in a row. Down the line and foul. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Davis. 2 away in the 8th.
Pedro Strop trying to build some confidence back up after a few rough outings to start the season off, making some quality pitches here against the Dodgers.
That will bring up Mark Ellis. A 2 RBI single in the 5th inning for him and a sac fly in the 3rd. 1 for 3 officially, but 3 runs batted in today. Ellis down to third base, foul. Kenley Jansen up in the bullpen in the last half inning and ready to go. Ellis 3 RBIs, Gonzalez an RBI double, Kemp an RBI single, and A.J. Ellis an RBI single for the Dodgers today. 0-1 delivery to him. Ellis down the line. Nick Markakis has picked up an RBI base hit. Jones has had a home run, and Hardy a 2 RBI single. The Orioles got a 3-0 lead after 1. Dodgers made it 3-1 in the third. Orioles answered right back to make it 4-1, and then the Dodgers have scored the last 5 runs. 4 in the 5th, 1 in the 7th. 1-2.
Ellis quick study there. Saw Sellers swinging at that hard slider down in the way, well aware of it, and able to lay off of that pitch.
Right center field, coming towards Markakis, and he'll make the play. So good job by Strop. He retires all 3 here, and all 4 batters faced. Orioles coming up last of the 8th. It'll be game 1 of the 3-game series against the Jays. Chris Tillman will take the mound against J.A. Happ. Our coverage on MASN 2 HD begins at 6:30 with those extra, presented by Geico, followed by our game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on MASN.
That should be a good matchup here. Another division rival. J.A. Happ off to a good start with the Blue Jays with the 2-1 record. Chris Tillman still searching for that first win, but he's been pitching better. 15 strikeouts, and he too has to eliminate some of those base on balls, but great stuff, and looking to start the series off right tomorrow. New pitcher in now, Kenley Jansen. We saw him throw yesterday, and he is a cutter master. 12 strikeouts, and he throws it hard too. He can top out at 94 miles an hour, and there is late movement on this pitch. Very tough pitch to hit, and he's a very aggressive with it. He's been a closer before in the past, last year actually. Now he's more of the setup man, and here he is in the 8th inning.
So Jansen comes on. Rodriguez worked an inning and retired all 3 batters that he faced. Now Jansen, 5-3 last year, 25 saves, 25 out of 29 with a 2.35 earned run average. Adam Jones will lead it off. 2 for 2, hit by a pitch. He has scored 2 runs. Home run number 3 came in the 3rd inning. So 3 homers and 15 RBIs on the year. Jones started the day among the American League leaders in all kinds of categories. 8th in average, 3rd in runs, 4th in hits, 8th best average against right-handed pitchers at .385. The 0-1 delivery by Jansen will get away.
I can tell a little bit tentative on that, trying to throw that cutter on the inside corner, and just fearful of leaving it out over the plate. Adam Jones showing his strength. If you make a mistake, he will make you pay. And he got a little hesitant to leave it in there and yanked it across the plate.
One ball, one strike count, Jones. Jansen to right field, right at him. Ethier's got it, and Jones is retired. For every Orioles walk this season, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 to support the Y of Central Maryland's Fit and Fun program. To date, the Orioles have drawn 55 walks, a total of $2,750. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Here's Chris Davis, 2 singles, 2 for 3, upping his average to .293. And Kelly Jansen's pitch is inside. 1-0 count, 1 down. Torrey Hunter started the day leading the American League in average at .400 with the Detroit Tigers. Davis leads in homers and RBIs in the American League. One ball, one strike. Chris Davis tied with Coco Crisp in extra base hits in the American League. Swung on and again unable to make contact, and a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
When that cutter starts on the inner third of the plate, it's going to be a tough one to get to. Great movement on the Jansen pitch. Ends up being about 6 inches off the plate under the hands of Davis.
Here's the 1-2 delivery on the way. Chris in the air, center field. Kemp back, looking. Right off the wall, halfway up. Dropped it on the bounce, but it'll be a double for Davis. Chris Davis, a double in the 8th inning, and the Orioles will get the potential tying run to the plate.
A pretty amazing swing right here from Chris Davis. Another one of those cutters. Tries to get it under the hands. Chris Davis pulls his hands inside and shows amazing strength driving it off the wall in front of the Orioles bullpen. I'll tell you what, a month from now that might be a home run as it heats up here.
He thought he had one. When he got to second, he's looking out at the wall. See where that hit. So the Orioles get hit number 9. Here's Wieters, 0 for 3. Orioles today 3 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Matt trying to keep a hit streak alive. It's at 5 games at the moment. Davis, another 3-hit ball game, 3 for 4 for Chris. And towards second base. That's going to be a tough play. A running throw. Oh, what a nice play by Ellis. An enormously important out. And they get Wieters at first.
Wow, great defensive play. We've seen some pretty good glove work from the infield of the Dodgers today. Sellers making some nice plays. Harrison over at third. Gonzalez a nice diving play, but none quite as good as this one here from Ellis. You see him shaded to pull. Has to range far to his left up the middle. Ridiculously hard play. See Matt Wieters smelling this single, and he is digging just a half step too late.
So here's J.J. Hardy with a runner at third and 2 down. Hardy a 2 RBI single in the first inning. He is 1 for 3 in the ball game. 2 down. In for a strike. Hardy has picked up 5 RBIs in this series on just 2 hits. 2 for 9. One of those a home run yesterday. 0-1 delivery will miss outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Double barrel action for the Orioles. Troy Patton, the left-hander, and the Orioles closer, Jim Johnson. The 1-1. Hardy to short. Sellers makes the play. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a base runner left on. We go to the 9th inning, 6-4 Dodgers. Orioles baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. By the new Chicken Fajita Sub only at Quiznos. And by the Hyundai Let's Go sales event through April 30. Gary Thorne and Mike Bordig back with you. Big crowd hoping the Orioles can have the final at bat comeback in this ball game. We go to the 9th.
Troy Patton now in relief has been perfect so far this year. 6 games, nothing to show for it as far as earned run average. A couple of strikeouts. Very versatile lefty. Been used as a matchup lefty and also can get righties out. So very useful for Buck Showalter and Rick Adair.
He will face Adrian Gonzalez. The double and an RBI came in the 5th inning. Gonzalez hitting at .375, and he's going to add a couple of digits to that. So Gonzalez signed with his 2nd hit of the ball game, leading off the 9th inning. Update you on voting for the AT&T Player of the Game. Adam Jones on top right now. You can text in your vote at A, B, or C 31826. Results on the O's Extra post-game show. So Gonzalez coming in with that .376 career against the Orioles. Picks up another hit leading off the 9th inning. That'll be hit number 7 for the Dodgers. And Matt Kemp, who's had a 2 for 4 today and an RBI, will stand in. 4-9-0 for the Orioles, 6-7-0 for the Dodgers.
Well, Matt Kemp finding some holes, some broken bat hits here, but whatever it takes to build his confidence up. The Dodgers are certainly happy that he is able to get some knocks and help his team offensively.
And very tough in his career against left-handers. Pitch is going to miss inside. Kemp's got big numbers all the way around coming into this season. Among active players, .342 career batting average against left-handers, 2nd for active players against lefties. 1-1 delivery, and Patton with a great pitch coming in on him. 1-2. Gonzalez not going anywhere at first base. 1-2 delivery. That's going to be a base hit into center field. Jones will hold the runner at second base. And the Dodgers have the first two on here in the ninth inning. And Andre Ethier coming up.
Matt Wieters out. Talk to Troy Patton. Try to induce a ground ball here from Ethier. Nice job of hitting by Kemp. And Gonzalez staying hard up the middle on Troy Patton.
Ethier last year with a full season, 222 off lefties. In this ball game, he has struck out 3 times and popped out. The Golden Sombrero faces him in this at bat. He has struck out 3 in a row. 1-0 count. And that's right there for his strike.
Troy Patton very tough on lefties as he throws across his body. Stepping towards the Orioles dugout. Very hard to pick up for a lefty. It makes it difficult for a righty as well.
1-1 delivery. Did not pick that one up. And a 1-2 count on Ethier. Troy Patton with 2 on, nobody out in the ninth inning. Dodgers' big inning came in the 5th. 10 batters to the plate, 4 runs, 3 hits. They left the bases loaded, put themselves on top by 1, added to it in the 7th. And the A.J. Ellis 2-out hit. Chopper, Patton. He'll go to first. Will get the out. The runners, however, will move up. So 2 in scoring position here in the 9th with 1 away. Tampa Bay may be finding their way. Since they went home, their offense has come alive. They've picked up an 8-1 win over Oakland today. So the Rays have now won 3 in a row. They beat Oakland. Oakland now 12-7. Oakland's lost 3 in a row. Tied with Texas in the West. Here's Hairston. Infield, halfway.
Yeah, maybe a little deeper than halfway. They with Gonzalez at third base, they can afford to move back. Gonzalez doesn't run quite as well.
Third base coach was looking over for the signs. Tim Wallach from the dugout. With only 1 away here, you would not believe Gonzalez will go on contact. 1-0 delivery. You won't have to worry about it. Left center field, McLouth over. Gonzalez will tag. Throw will come to third. And Hairston picks up the RBI and the sac fly, and the Dodgers increase their lead to 3.
Well, that's a big tack-on run for the Dodgers. Nice job by Jerry Hairston getting a pitch he could handle. Pick up that sac fly. Definitely hard to do. He's got to be really deep to score Gonzalez. He got it out there.
That'll be the first RBI of the season for Hairston. And with 2 down, a runner at second base. Kemp could not move up. Another chance for A.J. Ellis on a check swing strike. 4 for 11 today for the Dodgers, and they've had runners in scoring position, so that's going to help them out with their number, which is 14th in the National League coming into the game today. 0-1 delivery, lifted up in the air, left center field. Jones going back, calls for it, and he's got it. So Ellis retired, a run in on a couple of hits with 1 left on base. Bottom of the 9th inning coming up.
Post game, bottom of the ninth coming up, and Rick, unfortunately in this game, 7 walks by Oriole pitching. 3 have scored, a hit batsman has scored. No defense for that.
Jake Arrieta started this game off fantastic. He's striking a lot of guys out, looked very good on the day, but he gave in with all of those walks. You're right. Orioles are going to need a big rally here in the ninth inning. They're down 3, but they can certainly do it. Bottom of the order, then the top coming up.
All right, bottom of the ninth coming up. Let's see how it turns out. Back upstairs to Gary.
All right, and Jim and Rick will see what happens here in the ninth inning, as the Orioles, of course, will be facing the closer for the Dodgers, Brandon League.
Yeah, Brandon League off to a pretty good start here. Been in 6 games, 4 for 4 in save opportunities, 2 strikeouts, 1 base on balls. When he's right, he has a really good 2-seam fastball, so he can induce a lot of ground balls. It's power sinker, but he'll go right to the split finger if he gets ahead. Very nasty pitch, and he won't give up until he gets a swing and a miss. 2 pitches, really. Does have a slider that he'll use rarely.
As a Dodger, he has gone 10-10 in save opportunities with a 2-1 record. Has pitched in 34 games for the Dodgers. He was acquired in a trade with Seattle in 2012 in July, and then signed a 3-year deal with the Dodgers in the offseason. First ball hitting Flaherty to left. Crawford is there, 1 down in the ninth. Reimold and then Nate McLouth due up against Brandon League. Reimold 0 for 3 in the ball game today. 2 for 3 lifetime off League. 1-0 count. So the Dodgers looking to end that 6-game losing streak, and the Orioles 3-game win streak in jeopardy here in the ninth inning. Reimold with a miss on it, 1-1.
You see that live fastball, 94, 95 miles an hour. So strong arm.
1-1.
And that's the split finger down in the dirt. He throws it hard too, 86 miles an hour.
2 ball, 1 strike count. Towards the hole, and he's got a base hit. Hard ground ball, Reimold on with 1 away here in the ninth inning.
Yeah, Brandon League getting that ground ball, but Nolan Reimold real strong. He drives it through that 5-6 hole. It's a sinker down by the knees. He gets on top of it, but finds a hole. Sparking a rally.
And Nate McLouth, the leadoff batter. Run scored, single in the first. He's grounded out twice and walked. And League will get it in there for a strike. Orioles now double digits, 10 hits, 4 runs, 10 hits for the O's. Hairston plays just off the cut of the grass at third. McLeod fouls it away. And that one's going to miss inside. 1 ball, 2 strike count. League with that 1-4 mark. 5 out of 8 in save chances against the Orioles. 27th game he's appeared in against the O's. 1-2. They do not hold the runner. Ball blooped in the air towards left center field. Handled by Kemp, and there are 2 down.
Yeah, Kemp and Crawford, 2 speed guys out there, both wanting that ball, but Crawford giving way to the center fielder.
Unfortunately for Stephen Fife, the emergency starter today, he only lasted 4 2/3. He gave the Dodgers a chance to win, but didn't go far enough to be the pitcher of record. So the reliever, J.P. Howells, got a chance to get the win in this game. Arrieta would be the loser. Down goes Manny Machado. Machado has struck out twice, hit into a double play and grounded out. Hitting at .253 in the year. Runner at first, 2 down, 9th inning. Dodgers are not away from a win, leading at 7-4. Brandon Lee, 1-0 delivery, fastball inside. Orioles will take the walk here. Nick Markakis waiting on deck. .2-0 pitch by Lee. Ground ball towards short. Backhand play Sellers, and that's the ball game. And the Dodgers avoid the sweep, coming away with the 7-4 win. Howell will get the victory. Arrieta will take the loss, and League will get the save. The Orioles have their 3-game win streak ended. All of you watching on WJZ, it was great to have you with us here on this Sunday. In game 1 of 3 against the Blue Jays, we'll have Chris Tillman on the mound against J.A. Happ. Coverage begins 6:30. Masson 2, O's Extra, presented by Geico. Our game action at 7. Our final score here today, it's the Dodgers over the Orioles by a score of 7-4. This has been a Masson presentation. Jim and Rick, O's Extra, presented by PNC, is coming up right now. For Mike Mornick and all of our crew, I'm Gary Thorne. Adieu.